Thank you so much, Mazi, for the good work we are doing for Biafrans all over the world. Biafra remains resolute. We will never back down for our request of the freedom of Biafra and to release our leader. Thank you so much, Mazi.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you, Dalo. I appreciate your call. Thank you very much. We are at the end of today's program. So I want to thank you all for calling in. I want to thank you for staying tuned in. And this is Radio Biafra. This is our own radio. This is our own station. We do not have any other. This is where we worship. I want to thank our leader, Hamadike. I want to thank him because he's the one who made it possible for us to be here, for us to understand the need to fight for our liberation, to fight for our freedom. He is the one who has made it possible for us to stand up today and seek for our liberation. And he is there in the DSS dungeon, still fighting for us. Therefore, I thank him. I have a caller. Caller, please, I have 3 minutes. I have 2 minutes, please, to round up. Please go ahead. All hail Biafra.
I will make it so fast. Okay. My name is Kanu from France. My brother, what we are looking for is the freedom of our freedom. And the second is giving us the data of Facebook. Beyond the class, there's nothing we can achieve. Then the issue that we are looking for, the two things. The two things. The first is our leader, and the second is the freedom. That's all I can say. God bless you all. And another thing I want to say.
Yes, please go ahead. Hello?
And the one thing I want to say is, please inform Mazi Aloji and Mazi Peter to open WhatsApp or Skype where we are able to share with him. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. God bless you too. Bye-bye. We are already out of time, so I want to thank you all for staying tuned in to this program this evening. I want to thank all of you for staying tuned in to this program this evening. There is a press release from IPOB that I would have loved to read, but we are out of time. It says, the headline says, we are bigger than MFEL. He doesn't have what it takes to finance us, IPOB. This is a press release from IPOB, and it is dated today. It is dated today, the 7th of February, 2023. I will post it in a short while on our Facebook platform on Hello Motherland or Radio Biafra. So you can go on and read it. Thank you very much. I want to thank our leader. I want to thank the DOS. I want to thank every single person, ESN, coordinators, every single person, whether you are a coordinator or an assistant or in whatever capacity you are helping towards the restoration project. I want to thank you. I say thank you. The journey is one that we cannot at any point say that we are tired. No. That is not at all part of the plan, and that can never be. So this journey is one that we must see to the end. It is a must that we see it to the end. There are no two ways about it. There is no in between. There is no no alternative. We don't even have a choice. We do not have a choice. So we must understand that, and we must do whatever that we can to liberate ourselves, to extricate ourselves from this hellhole called Nigeria. I thank you once more, and I say have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, depending on your time. Have a good night.
Hashtag we are one family, indivisible. Under Chukwu Okike Abiyama, we are the people of the East. Hashtag we are one family, indivisible. Under Chukwu Okike Abiyama, we are the people of the East.
The type of Biafra I want is the Biafra of my ancestors, the land of the free, where people are allowed to pursue their daily endeavors without. The type of Biafra I want is the Biafra of my ancestors, the land of the free, where people are allowed to pursue their daily endeavors without. when I talk and say you don't worst. When I talk and say you don't worst, it don't worst. This one is 1,600 debit. I know see 'em. This one is 4,000. This one is 4,000. I know see 'em. This one, okay, 1,000. All these things now debit. Now I said something yesterday. Some people, maybe to you people, it never reach you, but it go reach you soon. It go reach you soon. If you can speak up, because all of you know me very well. I'm not this type that comes out and start talking and Nigeria do this, country do this and that. It's none of my business, because if you talk, waiting they go do, they go do. This is 50. Look at this is 55,000 naira. This is 55,000. My money that I deposited in the bank. I have now to that's ATM. No, they pay again. App they open again. If you since any of you when they use Access Bank. If you use Access Bank, one last, your app open. If your app open, one last, you get debit alert or you get credit alert. You go send somebody money, the person no go see them, but they don't debit you. You don't go get debit alert, the person no go get credit alert. I am talking about Access Bank, on our own worst. What you do? To collect the money where you deposit for bank, you go see as an you Imo State. Crowd. This is crowd. People won't collect money. Now every morning people sneak out from their house to rush to nearby ATM just to get this cash. When they don't say this money no day, why they go announce to say the old money will not they collect again? Because everybody now is not scared. Only old money got tonaka. Yeah, but if the country where that's if you say that we had implant something, at least if they bring the old more money, the bank will go to see some. Then they release raw cash and new cash. To get your PVC, you go suffer. To get your PVC, you as an then to use your ATM, collect money, you go see red. Then to stay in your house, use your app. Transfer money to somebody. Since we want to run a cashless country, a cashless society, your app cannot go. Then you manage to see any POS where get cash. Now worst. 50,000 naira. What they collected from me is extra 6,000 naira. If you collect 50,000, they collect extra 6K. Then if you collect 100,000, they will debit you 12,000 naira. How did we get to this place? How did we get to this point? Fuel no day. A liter is 400, 450. Yesterday I bought 490. As fuel no day, NEPA no come day again. App no dey work, NEPA no day, fuel no day, cash no day, nothing day. The only thing we dey now, the only thing we dey freely now na heat. Now heat, now in dey free now. Look at the ones anywhere you go now, they will write, please, we are not collecting old money. We are not collecting old money. Anywhere you go now, we are not collecting old money. Then what is happening? All these things were I carry out. Now decline, but I've been debited. All these things, including this one. All this is now decline, but I've been debited. The only savior we will get for this country, you will watch this video. Ask yourself if you have your PVC.
Let me go. Give me my money. Let me go. Give me my money.
It's not even really listening to you.
Give me my money. Give me my money. Let me go. Give me my money. How many years you spent back? How many years? More than 20 years. More than 20 years. Look at what happening. 520,000 naira. You're telling me story. Give me cash, I'll bring it from here. I need to transfer. I'll bring it cash, I'll come here, give owner. What are you telling me? I want to pay because of the change of money. They say they want to take money. I tell them to pay. Let me pay. Let me pay before I begin work for my wife first. I begin to talk about my children fees. I begin to talk about my husband. I begin to talk about what to eat. Look at nothing again. You frustrated me. You frustrated me. You frustrated me. You plan to be fine. Give me my money, let me go. Give me my money. My wife is at hospital, nothing. He's about to die. How old is my children? 7 years, 4 years, 7 years, 4 years. Nothing more.
Calm down first. At least you talk to people. Calm down first. Oga, calm down. Come and wear your clothes.
I don't die. God don't die. If I want to shoot me, make I die. Make I shoot me. Make I die, sir. If they bury me, make I know. Make I forget the problem. Oga, kill me, make I die.
See, listen. Oga, should you talk to someone?
Make they shoot me, make I die. Make they shoot me, make I die.
Come and wear your clothes.
Make they shoot me, make I die. Oga, shoot me, make I die. Shoot me, don't call me. Shoot me, make I die. Make I forget my children. Make I forget my wife. Make una shoot me. Make una shoot me, make I die. 520,000 naira. Where am I to start? If I pay 100,000, 20,000 will give me. You can't give me. You tell me my problem.
See, come and wear your clothes, Oga.
Nothing.
Maybe it's for you to talk.
Well, this man met up. He say if he go here, if you know how to go head office. Now he's going here.
Nothing. When I want to enter here, I just need to take my cash. Do not have a problem with people. Let them give me make I go. If you see me again, no more. If you see me, kill me. Let me go my way. Let me go take care of my family. I beg you.
Chukwu okike abịama, Chukwu na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo, Chukwu mara onye aka ya dị ọcha na onye obi ya dị ọcha. Nwoke si na ya ji ọfọ, nwaanyị si na ya ji ọfọ, mana ọfọ mara onye ji ya. Ụkpaka na-agba n'udo mmiri ọ chụrụ ọzụọ. Gaa n'ogwe omechi ụzọ osi mpịara na azụ nwa igiriga ọgụ nke mmụọ. Ọ gịnị ka m ga-etu gị ka o zuolo gị? Asị m n'oge akara aka eluo, ịbụ mmụọ ka mmụọ, ibe ka ibe. Chukwu okike onye obiọma sị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Mmụọ niile na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ. Mmụọ niile na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye elu. Tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra. Asị m n'ọnwa unu nwoke bụ nwa eze Chukwu bụ ụzọ mba aka ji ọfọ Igbo ọzọ eme nte eme ime ọsị m nọ ya nọ n'etiti unu taa. Ọsọ unu binye enu n'oge akara aka eluo. mmụọ na nna anyị ochie asị m gị binye mmụọ na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo asị m gị binye oke ọfọ ji eje ọgụ asị m unu binye ọfọ ndị Igbo niile asị m gị binye ọfọ ndị mmiri asị m gị binye ọfọ ndị ikuku asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị osimiri asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị nwaanyị na-ebe asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị idodi ikwu na-eme asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị amambara asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị osimiri nji aba asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị ala Igbo niile asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị ọgba asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị anike wawa asị m gị binye oke arụsị na n'ike ojuru nwaanyị aga asị m gị binye n'oge akara aka eluo igirigi ọgụ mmụọ asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọkwa nwa dike asị m dododo unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola asị m unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola nna nna anyị ochie mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Igbo dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Biafra dị ndụ asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọ nwa dike ọ sị na mberede nyiri dike na mberede ka o ji ama nwa dike ọya ka m ji akpọ unu n'isi ọhamadike bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ya ọ bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu otu mkpụrụ anya ji isi ụgwọ otu ọnụ na-ekwuchitere mba niile ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri na-agba n'oge nke ya asị m unu binye n'isi ya nye ogologo ndụ na-arụ isi ike napụta ya na eke napụta ya na orie napụta ya na afọ napụta ya na nkwọ asị m na ahịa akara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ na ahịa akara ka agaghị eri Maazị Nnamdi Kanu asị m unu gaa napụta Nnamdi Kanu na eke napụta ya na orie napụta ya na afọ napụta ya na nkwọ asị m mee ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogere lacha Chukwu okike abịa ama onye jiri mmiri siri ike kpọọ aja were aja siri ike kpọọ mmadụ asị m na taata bụ ụbọchị eke n'ala Igbo asị m na eke ga-eketara Nnamdi Kanu ndụ eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-eketara ya ndụ oke ga-eketara ya Biafra oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ asị m na mbọsị ọ ga-apụta ekwensu ga-anọ n'ụra ndị ilo ya ga-anọ n'ụra ọkwa na ekwe osu asị m gịnị bụ ekwe osu asị m na mbọsị ọ ga-apụta ya bụ ndị ilo ga-anọ n'ụra ọha bụ ndị ọha nwa bụ ekwesu asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube asị m na ọnụ kwụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma asị m ọ bịara igbu Nnamdi Kanu bụ onwe ya onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị adị ndụ onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lacha osisi abụla oturu ga-emeche wee kwele onye asị na Nnamdi Kanu aga-apụta asị m na ọnụ ahụ iji wee kwuo ya na ike ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu aka asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ osisi ahụ fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu wee tọọ nkwe asị m ikuku futuo gị anya ọbụla fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu kwawa akwa alịla asị m alịla akọrọ ya n'anya onye fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu cheta ihe gburu nwa ya ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị Chukwu okike abịa ama asị m na mberede nyiri dike mberede ka ọ ji amawa dike asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose ọ dadị ukwu ose enu na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdi Kanu mana ha ama mkpata ya aka ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri odido jiri odido enyi ozu na ọkwanụ nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama afụ ya anya asị m na eje anaba isi ije asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eje na ọ ga-ana asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye na ọba bụ nwanne inye agaghị eri Nnamdi Kanu maka na ọ bụ nwi asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-adị ka echi anaghị agwụ agwụ maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri ọ bụrụ eje nkụ asị na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmiri asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welere asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu gaa tụnye ugo gaa nye ya mmeri gaa nye ya mmeri gaa nye ya mmeri tụnye ugo n'elu ugo nye ike n'elu ike nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu na efufe unu nye Nnamdi Kanu ndụ onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo na ofufe a sị na ahịa kara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdi Kanu bụ ka ha nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo ka ha nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra ka ha nwee ike wee kwuchi anyị ọnụ ka ha nwee ike wee kachi anyị ọnụ ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri ndị nwe ikuku ndị nwaanyị anwụ, mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile ọ kwafọrọ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra. Asị m unu binyenu, asị m unu dododo, na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a, ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ a, ọkwa na unu ga-aga bori ya, ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere unu n'aka anaghị ele ule. Asị m dododo igiriga ọgụ mmụọ. Eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo, mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo, asị m unu binye, maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị aṅụ mmiri, onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu. Nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta. Onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri. Onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya. Asị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa mmiri ọ na-ebubu ụzọ. Asị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya. Asị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eri nnu, asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee rie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdi Kanu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa.
Ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, a great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 7th day of February 2023. I welcome each and every one of you. Tatabo Bochafo. We must continue in what we are doing. Therefore, once again, I welcome each and every one of you. Today is Tuesday, 7th of February 2023. We are here to preach the gospel of liberation. Therefore, invite your friends and well-wishers, even your enemies, onto this hallowed platform. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is still in the enemy dungeon, despite court's ruling, court order, Nigerian appeal court's order, that our leader has no case to answer, is discharged and acquitted. Not only that he shouldn't be standing trial in any Nigerian court. Therefore, we will continue. Our leader must be released. We are not begging. They are now taking our leader's release as a campaign promise or campaign promises. But make no mistake about it. Our leader must be released. We defeat Nigeria in their own court. That is who we are. Because we are applying common sense, critical thinking. You know, what we are doing is legitimate. We are not breaking any law. I continue saying it. We are not breaking any law. What we are doing is legal, legitimate. Is sanctioned by the law, by international law and local Nigeria law. You know, Adamawa joined Nigeria, I think 1962, either 61 or 62, through a referendum. That is it. So, without a referendum, Adamawa wouldn't have been part of Nigeria. Adamawa at that time was part of Cameroon. Even today, there is a part of Cameroon that is called Adamawa. Is that the same side? So, what is good for the geese is good, also good for the gander. What we are asking for is a referendum, so that we define the undefined, primitive, enclave they force us to be, because Nigeria is a primitive enclave. It has not been defined. That is why people are suffering. You should understand you are suffering. Because there is never a definition of Nigerian. Who is a Nigerian? It has not been defined. And that is why the Fulani are on the rampage. Because they have their own definition of a Nigerian. Everyone have their own definition of Nigerian. Therefore, there is no common acceptance or definition of a Nigerian. That is why people are suffering. The Fulanis, they believe that every Fulani, whether from Sudan, is a Nigerian. And you now, you are your own little understanding or little mindset. You accept the creation of Britain, that, oh, you are as a Nigerian. But you don't know that you are a slave inside Nigeria. That is what is going on. That is why the Fulani are on the rampage. Look at the suffering, the horrible suffering they put everybody into. They change money. How money normally supposed to be in every other place. When the country changes their, currency, there is normally no deadline. Instead, any old money that enters into the bank, it will not come back again. It will not come out. They will continue using it until they will be bringing out the new money, the new currency, until the old one finishes on the street. That is how it's supposed to be in an organized society. But Nigeria is not organized. Do you know why? Because there is no definition of Nigeria. Who is a Nigerian? So somebody from Mali can come and become president and be running Nigeria anyhow he likes it, to his own definition. But here we are, trying to make sure that we are out of that mess called Nigeria. I played a clip of the sufferings of people, man's inhumanity to man. But I will not talk much, because I will, make all these things in my submission. And the topic of my submission today, rising up against tyranny. Rising up against tyranny. That is the topic of my submission today. Therefore, lend me your ears, if it is in Mark Antony of Julius Caesar. Those of you that understand it, that read it. We have come to preach this gospel without fear or favor. It doesn't matter what happens. There is no going back, because we have no back to go to. Britain should understand that the world has changed, and they should change with time. I used to say this, that there is this conspiracy against black race. It's real. But this time around, they can no longer hold, because there is now a bipolar or bipolarity of the world organization or the world political setting. Bipolar. It's no more monopolar. It's not this world is before. Why they were able to deal with Haiti during their own time. Why France was able to deal with them was because that time everything is monopolized by the West. Others we are not interested in African affairs. They don't have the details. What I'm telling you, like the Soviet Union, they didn't have the details because Africa never interested them. Black race never interested them. So the Western, the European powers, when I talk about Europeans or Western, America, they are the same like with the Europeans, please. So that I will not be taking my time to differentiate them. They are the same thing. That time, the West has a monopoly in this world. They had a monopoly. India was nowhere to be found, no China, Russia, Soviet Union, that was a superpower, They didn't care anything about African anything. But today, the world is changing. You could see that the foreign minister, Lavrov, so Russian foreign minister, is in Mali. Something I don't think it has happened before. In his statement, he made it clear that they are ready to help Africa. We understand. The Sahel and even the Gulf of Guinea. Those in the riverine side. Not only the Sahel. We see now what they are doing is scramble for Africa. Second one. You see the West now, they are trying to be too nice. You know, when somebody is trying to be too nice, you know that there is something there. So what I'm saying is this: we are no more in a world of monopolarism. The West should understand this. We are no more in a world where the West can plan anything and hijack a country, take a Haiti hostage with no help from any other person. Anything that they say goes. Today we have China, we have Russia, we have even India. So it's not going to be as before. What we are doing is legitimate, it's legal. That is why there is no Nigerian court that has convicted, no member or no family member of IPOB has ever been convicted in a Nigerian court of anything illegal when it comes to our quest for restoration of Biafra, our agitation. Because the law guarantees what we are doing. That is a reality. The law, Nigerian law, guarantees what they are doing, what we are doing. Therefore, do not be discouraged. Do not be discouraged. Russian foreign minister Sergei Lavrov on Tuesday promised the Russia's help for states in West Africa, Sahel, and the Gulf of Guinea facing jihadist insurgency. Reuters reported. That's it. That one I had it direct. I had it from the man direct in a televised conference. So it's not going to be business as usual for the West, unless what they have been enjoying, monopolizing, pushing everybody to behave as they want. Either you take it or you leave. It should no more be business as usual. It's not going to be business as usual, because the world order is changing. What is happening in Ukraine is changing the world order. You know, the West, they believe that once they remove Russia from SWIFT banking system, that they will fall. If they sign it, they will fall. You don't know that when you are pushing somebody, you are even making the person to be independent and work harder. That is what happened to us during the Biafra war, of a revolutionary war. That is what happened to us. When everybody rejected us, blocked us, that time, inside yourself that you have to survive. You are a God. You start now thinking that your brain that doesn't work will start working by force. Many of us outside understands what I'm saying. When you are faced in a difficult situation, very hostile, difficult situation. I say hostile, difficult situation abroad. That time, you need to survive. You need to survive. You have something inside you, you now make use of your brain to survive. And before you know it, that thing opens a way for you. That is how it is. Therefore, we must continue what we are doing. What we are fighting for is for survival. We are fighting for our own survival. Because what we are seeing, the way we are being subjugated in Nigeria, it is horrendous. No human being can ever accept this. But here we are being tortured by UK, United Kingdom, to continue being part of what is killing us. And they are enjoying. Promising visa, anytime they want, harvesting raw material from Nigeria they created. They need doctors, they will announce to monkeys, hey, we need doctor, we need visa, we give you visa, doctors and teachers, People will think that they are doing them good. Monkeys and baboons, we think that this is goodness of Britain. They don't know that they are harvesting you, as lower animals to come. Why can't you ask yourself question? Say, why are you giving us visa? Why can't we give you visa to come and work for us? If you are an equal human being. Because that is what Britain created. That is the way they want it. It is going their own way. So that anytime their solution to it is, okay, we'll give you visa, come and work as a teacher. If you are a qualified teacher, come, we'll give you visa without you don't have no stress. And you see monkeys and baboons running. Running to, oh, praise Jesus, I'm going to England. That is the worst thing that can happen to a people. I say the worst thing that can happen to a people. Being used, manipulated, used. This type of slavery today is transatlantic slavery. But this type of slavery, they have taken another shape. It's no more with physical chain, but in another way around. When Britain wants to gather, if they need as they are, their population is fading because of lack of productivity. Now they will be bringing raw materials from Africa, mostly Nigeria. And those Homo sapiens, we think that they are doing them good to come and be washing their old people. Whereas you left, as you are hearing my voice today, in England, in Europe, in America, your own father and mother is in the zoo. Only her or him, no pokrulo, no care. Even if you are sending money, can money take care of itself? That is it. My own father used to ask me this. He said, can money, does money, if you want to send, does money, okay, if there is nobody, what will your money do? People don't know that we are in a mess, a very big mess. But there you are. Maybe some are listening to my voice now, how Panshaga the wine in England, na canal, as I'm talking, they are doing it. Whereas their own parents are suffering at home. No person to look. Not that there is no money, but no person to look after them in a good way. Every time in a parade, that is a question. Is it life? Sometimes when our leader pricked our brain. His broadcast started by touching our brains, because that is where the mitochondria of our problem, the hotspot is the brain. So that we start thinking. We start making use of our brain. All those things we think that it is a favor. It is a favor from God. Oh yeah, traveling to Spain. You don't know that it is a disfavor. You don't know. It's better that is why we are crazy in restoring our own land. So that we build it. So that generations coming will not suffer what we are suffering. I'm telling you honestly. How will you feel it? How will you feel nice if you are in your village, you are working after your retirement, you are inside your own village, your community, and they proud. You receive you'll be watching, you'll be with your brothers and sisters, no matter how old, cousins and now got me to know monna. Everything do okay. You living fine in your own village, not even in the city, in your own community, in your village. Not maybe once in 5 years you visit a home, stay 2 months and go back, or once in a year. Visiting home becomes now I may sharp. Some you cannot even stay 1 week at home. You see yourself or in Lagos. What a mess we are in. We are in a complete mess. I'm telling you. We must continue. I will not read much of today's news headlines. I'll keep it for another day, but I will be combining it with the topic, because what I am having here as the topic of my submission, because many things are happening. Honestly speaking, many things are happening. There is this place. I congratulate Father Mbaka, because he only made coma etoya onye mekuna nkojo. We shred the person. That's it. No permanent friend, no permanent enemy. But there is something there which I have to point out, because we need to say it. There is something there. Father Mbaka said it. He said something others cannot say. That's the reality. That's the truth. But there is something that I used to, that used to make me, chuckle at these pastors and men of God, as they call themselves. Now, there is something. There is the mentality they are contributing in the Nigeria setting. Listen to me attentively, please. Yes, Father Mbaka said everything about the releasing of our leader. I have it here reading. Yes, very good. But there is a point which they are always getting wrong, and that is the reason why Nigerians are dead bodies. How do I mean? Ask me, how do I mean? Our leader started broadcasting. Why all of us come out is that because he wants everybody to be involved. He said nobody can rescue us except us. He didn't go start telling us that no, don't worry, God will do it for us. As only in church, and now we leave it for God. We just pray. These people, they will see the revenge of God. No. And that is the difference. These pastors, that the Jews, reverend fathers that have followers, that have podium, attended directly and indirectly by millions of people, that have people listening to them. These people can stir up revolution under 1 week. Righteous indignation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stirred up righteous indignation inside us, and that is why we are here today, preaching this gospel. Do you understand me? One thing with these people, the politics I see in these religious leaders. Some of them will come and say something. You say, yes, they are spoken, they are talking the truth, but not knowing that they are how can I keep it? The highest manipulators of Nigerians. I say highest manipulators. They will come and tell you how the government is bad, this and that. Oh, people are no more. This government. Yes, I agree. Okay. But now they will not tell you the solution. The solution they will tell you is this: cool down, don't worry. I am giving these people, the government, to change their way, otherwise God will strike them. Everybody shout hallelujah. And people will start praying. Oh, they now make people to be lazy, believing fake that God will just change these politicians. You know, I call it a scam. It's a complete, if you are not intelligent, you will not decode. I used to decode it. And that is why I hate them. They will tell, the worst truth is half truth. That is the worst. It's better you don't even lie from beginning to end. But when you use a fraction of truth, you attract people. From there now, you dish out everything you have as lies and fake hope. Do you understand? And that is what turns Nigerians into being dead bodies, unresponsive, unreactive. It doesn't matter what happens. Because they are waiting. They are that the GO. Their pastor told them that, look, yes, these politicians, they are bad. They are ruining everybody's lives. But they are that the GO will use prayer to kill them. So why should you come out on the street to protest? God, be normal, don't worry. Just you will see God in action. That is the highest scam in this world. I'm telling you. I don't know if you don't decode that. They will tell you in the podium how bad things are, this and that, but they will conclude by making this fake assertion, giving fake hope that, look, what I'm giving them as a prophet is, if you people, that rock don't change, the wrath of God will come upon you and you people will suffer. Amen. Everybody, that time you have given the population a very fake hope. You give them tranquilizer to go and sit down and wait for God to do the action for them. Do you see why we talk against all these things? Do you see it? They are the people that turned Nigerians into morons. I don't know if you are saying this. Some people used to get hot. I don't know why. I don't know why. If these people only one Sunday and tell people everywhere in the zoo and tell them, look, tell their congregation, say, look, the solution is for everybody. If we die, we die. Let us go out and march and protest. You see, people they will no more depend on God to solve their problem. Do you understand it? Do you see the battle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fought psychologically in order to push people to where we are today? Maybe many of you don't even understand the battle he fought. When people were telling him, no, don't enter religion. No. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came at the beginning. He said, if you are going to Yoruba church, don't come. You even wait. He said it. You know why he said it that time? You know. He knew it. You know it. It's a battle. You know. And he bore fruit. Why? Because if you don't condemn that, people will go, when they finish listening to Radio Biafra, they will go to their pastor, to their daddy Jews, and ask, because they are obliged, they are manipulated to go and ask, this Biafra, no matter I'm Igbo man, no, I'm Biafran. So they will tell you, you want to be Antichrist? Come out from there. Don't ever support. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hit it raw. Until when he start bearing fruit, people start understanding the reality. Now he thawed it. He said, okay, ceasefire. But we enter in another dimension. Do you understand that? It's a very big battle. Not the very big battles. Big battles. You understand? So we are battling for the soul of our people. Soul. Who to receive command from? Who to receive common sense? Because these people, they don't want our people to have common sense. you know, the population, Nigerians carry their common sense and give it to the hands of the Jews, pastors, imams, people that you know, manipulate them as remote control. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu guy, you know, he went and he fight many battles in order to bring out by force the souls of many of our people. And that is what we continue today. So this thing I'm saying, you need to think about it. That is the worst scam. When people gather, you talk, you know, they use sentiment, they talk about what is going on in Nigeria. No, it is unacceptable. The masses are suffering. Yes, everybody say, man, this man is outspoken. But we conclude by giving them fake hope. Don't worry, as you raise up your hands, all of you, all these politicians, all of them will die. They will perish. And the politicians are happy. That is, after the program, the politicians will call them and say, yes, this is what the way you should be going. Let God come and kill us. We better die in the hands of God than in the hands of these people. Because had it been the so-called imams or men of God are telling the people the complete truth, after enumerating the sufferings of the people, they will tell the people, rise up. God, don't wait for God. Oh, God will not do it for you. No prayer can solve it. It is you with your hand, everything that can solve. Rise up, go and pursue all these politicians. That is when you know that, yes, that time you see politicians will swing into action. Do you understand? But they are not telling people the complete truth. That is what we are always saying here. Half-truth is worse than even lie. Half-truth. Because it's manipulation. It's what they use in the Romans use when they form Christianity. So that they put some truth inside the Bible, some things, the manuscripts, you know, they put it inside them. But after they cancel it, they say, no, this is Old Testament. So, although it's there, but you know, you know, they give you that truth. You know, you may say, after they tell you no, they mix it up with their meats, everything. After they tell you no, at that time, Old Testament. Now. Law doesn't work again. That is why Nigeria is lawless, because they don't even believe in law. Whereas law is the backbone of every country, every nation, every community. Law. Without law, you cannot live safely where you are in Spain. Without law in America, you cannot live safe. You cannot be safe there. You cannot be enjoying what freedom you are enjoying there. It's law. But if they will tell you, oh, I am no gamma. Now pushing, continue. Our leaders Gani room. We must continue. We must continue. As I said, the topic of my submission, rising up against tyranny. There is this news about 16 Muslim pilgrims in Nigeria shot, killed in Burkina Faso. They said they were traveling in a bus. I read that news. 16 being killed. Islamic group seeks justice for 16 Nigerians killed by Burkina Faso army. You know, you don't understand what a bad entity is causing everybody. You understand me? You never understand. That is why, you know, when you are grooming evil, it will come, a time will come when that evil will touch you. You understand me? These people that are being killed, 16 of them, according to the report, they said they were traveling from Nigeria, reaching on border they stopped them, and they are Muslim pilgrims going to Senegal for pilgrimage somewhere. According to the claims, I don't know, that is the claims of the Nigeria, which sometimes I dispute because they lie. The Nigerian government is a terrorist government that lies. They lie. All these people might be terrorists, I assure you. But what I'm saying, even if they are not, do you see how the name of your country can affect you? Do you see? Because everywhere they know Nigeria as a terrorist country. If you are passing anywhere, they will look at you as a terrorist. That is it. So maybe these people that were killed, if they hear about IPOB talking about justice, talking against insecurity, injustice, they will be telling, oh, it's on Yamini. But today they are dead. They are being killed because of the country they are in, because of the name of their country. So that they be, without warning, they will be brought down and shot into pieces. Say you are a terrorist. You see that? That is why we fight against injustice. It doesn't matter where it is taking place. It doesn't matter who is the victim. Terrorism is terrorism. Stop supporting terrorism. In order to do, he say when they ask, you say no. You are dealing. You want to kill Nnamdi. That is why you are supporting ISIS. That is why you are giving, Boko Haram amnesty. Putting them in Nigerian army. To the extent, even the chairman of Nigerian, United Nations, the Secretary General, Guterres, came to Nigeria. Have you forgotten? Last year. And stamped the agreement, his agreement. That he mentioned it. That it's good that they're radicalizing Boko Haram terrorists and putting them back into the Nigerian society, which means they can be military, Nigerian military. As they say that even the Boko Haram, repented Boko Haram could be a president, and they are supporting it. You see, they are supporting it. You don't know that you Hausa man, if the name you answer, once you get out of Nigeria, they term you as a terrorist. You don't know. But for you are dealing, you want to kill Onyamiri. You know I used to say it, that the hatred of Igbos, the hatred of Biafrans is the blind spot used by the Fulani in order to conquer every indigenous person or people in that zone called Nigeria. People don't understand this. Some people don't understand it. Once the Fulani, they are killing, they are, like, you don't see what they are doing now. You don't see what they are. The money, the cash problem, which they created voluntarily in order to cause confusion everywhere, so that they will enter into state of emergency rule. Have you forgotten the revelations of Dr. Obadiah Mailafia? That in 2022, what they want to cause a civil war in Nigeria, so that there will be state of emergency, and the Fulani, they will now come up in order to deal ruthlessly with everybody. Have you forgotten? So when things are happening, you're crazy. You forget. 15 minutes, people, you forget. Anyway, I don't blame you, because you don't even have that mental capacity to retain things. But here on Radio Biafra, we are trying to make you have that mental capacity. You understand? So we must continue. So these people, whether they are terrorists or not, they died because they are Nigerians. That is the truth. They are dead because they are Nigerians. That your hatred of Biafrans, these people, they are being killed. They are being killed. So what are you going to do about it? What IPOB is doing is to find a lasting solution for every indigenous population in that zoo. For permanent solution. You understand? Permanent solution. So that everybody will be free. Once and for all. Not temporal one. Not what Britain wants to give to you. Oh no, this one will be no, don't worry, it will make Nigeria great. And you see monkeys without thinking, everybody is being intoxicated with emotion. Oh, it's building Nigeria. How can you build Nigeria that another person created? How? There is no definition of Nigeria. Who is a Nigerian? Ask people, ask a Fulani man who is a Nigerian, he will tell you another thing. Ask a Igbo man who is a Nigerian, another thing. Ask a Yoruba man who is a Nigerian, he will tell you, define another thing. I think there is a news, I will read all these things another day. I think in Oyo State or Kwara, Oyo, yes. They said, let me see whether I can. Nigerian immigration discovers 606 permanent voters cards from Ghana, Niger, Benin Republic nationals in Kwara. 106. And they caught these people just they say on the street and they search them. They saw and they are not Nigerian nationals. And they warn them. You know, Nigeria is a joke. They don't ask them. They don't investigate how do you, if it's a other country, this is a high crime for a foreigner to possess the country's voters registration. Do you know what it means? But this immigration, they want, if I don't want to read the thing, the body of I will analyze it another day. Oh no, these people, we want them. Do you know what you do is crime? If we catch you another time, say you don't, we will put you in jail, okay? They will seize the PVC from foreigners. It's a high crime that is supposed to be investigated and found out how do they get this? And that place, that is but Nigeria is a quagmire, honestly. They saw 106, whereas millions are there. How will you know Bello from Niger and Bello from Castina? How will you know? How do you know? How do you know? A country without any organization. That is very, very bad, honestly speaking. Very, very bad. They cut these people after they let them, they seize. Nigeria don't treat the source of the problem. No, they don't want to go there. All they treat, or they just they culprits, the little symptoms, and they know that very useless country, very useless country, Nigeria. Let me quickly go into the topic of my submission, as I said, which is rising up against tyranny. Rising up against tyranny. That is the topic of my submission today. Now, I want you to know that, please, there is a difference between tyranny and dictatorship. Tyrant is different from a dictator, please. Anyway. Had it been we are grounded in all of us in our language, we will be using our language. But lo and behold, we have to start from somewhere, what we see first. Now start going back to who we are. So, rising up against tyranny. Let me differentiate between tyranny and dictatorship, please. Tyranny, the definition is cruel and oppressive government or rule. Oppressive. They just want to oppress you. For the few people's, convenience and motive. Nothing more. They want you to behave as they want, just like conquest. Tyrants conquer. They are interested in conquest. Tyrants. They either conquer you mentally or physically, so that you behave the way they want you to behave. You think the way they want you to think. You go the way they want you to go, not the way that is good for everybody to go. No, that is the difference. You understand? Unreasonable or arbitrary use of power or control. All these tyrants are always psychopaths. Example of tyrants are King Leopold. He was born 1835 to 1909. King Leopold the second of Belgium, that took Congo as his garden, is his personal garden. You know how many? You know, Congo that time was the bigger. There was a time before even they separated. I think Congo Kinshasa and Congo Brazzaville. It was the biggest country, the largest country in Africa, or one of the largest countries in Africa. I think even till now. Yes. Somebody, a tyrant, a psychopath, say this is for me, it's for him. Leopold the second. You are Saint Leopold, you are praying for today as a saint. I don't know why that gravity will draw me to this your useless belief system. I'm telling you. If I say, even if I say I will not touch it, he must drag. It's gravity, gravitational force. It will drag me there, and will not shy away. You are Saint Leopold. He is one of the tyrants in human history, one of the highest tyrants. The man killed for fun. He killed for fun. He destroyed the lives of more than 15 million Congolese just to make them Christians, to Christianize them. He killed for fun children. He will export children, Congolese children, African children, caged in a cage. The way you used to transport your dog if you are traveling. You put them in a flight, in a cage. And when they reach in Belgium, he will be exposing them in a cage as zoo animals. And people will be coming to look at black people, a black person, throwing banana for him inside the cage. But people that did this thing, they are angels. Saint Leopold, pray for us. Go and check, he's a saint. You know, I used to say it, this is a world of exploitation. Far back. When you close your eye, you see, oh, I saw an angel. Who is that angel? He's a white person. Maybe he has the face of King Leopold. Yes, and here I the wonder. Sometimes someone say, here I the wonder. I need make an here. Don't touch a program. Is somebody that committed this crime, he says he's a saint. You are bowing down. Maybe there are images of him. You bow down, you are Saint Leopold, pray for us. But you are very poor ancestors that we are victims of this evil psychopaths. They are the ones that have been, they program you to hate them, to cancel them by fire. Or burn them by fire every time in your church. Somebody say, no, be juju be that. Yeah, I wonder, is it human? Is it normal? Is it normal? Sometimes it's not normal. It's not normal. That's why I put it in my timeline. I say we need to change the way we listen. Change. This is the time for us to change the narrative. What they have programmed us. I say PhD holder, come here. Now, who is our ancestor? You now, so anyhow, so you need like IPOB one family. I know. Now, who is our ancestor? What template do they play? Now do this question. And he is bearing the, chromosomes, genes. He's part of the ancestors. Because without them you cannot be. Or akpato you warm now, say Chineke. I won't die in how na mecha IPOB one family. Is it them? I one family chaff everywhere. That is why I love the situation we are in today. Chaff na position. Why na position. Without before, if this thing didn't happen before God and man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can before you know, a poison he will not know. And IPOB one family, but now we know. Now we know, we know. So things will change. So let me continue, please, before I digress. As I was saying, defining tyranny, cruel and oppressive governments or rule, unreasonable or arbitrary use of power or control. Example of tyrants are King Leopold, Adolf Hitler, etc. Adolf Hitler is a psychopath. He is obsessed with clearing the Jews. He made it his campaign issue, campaign mantra, before he entered into power as a Nazi. He used it that he want to establish a pure Aryan race. Tyrants, they have a fantasy, fantasy. Some type of illusional fantasy that you cannot understand. The same way the Fulani Caliphate, Nigeria, they want to take every indigenous people's land. What the Europeans did in 18th to 19th century. That is what the Fulanis are doing. Sometimes, like one chief, is it Adeni? He said these people they are delusional. In this 21st century, you want to try what the Europeans found it difficult, even in the primitive time when there is nothing like a radio, no television, nothing. The indigenous people were having bows and arrows. And the Fulanis, they want to take Nigeria, make Nigeria a Fulani country. Now they bring the whole Fulanis all over the world and settle in Nigeria. And the indigenous people would be like slaves to them. The same way they relegated the indigenous people in the Americas today. That is tyrants. That is the way they behave. They are illusional. They continue fantasizing that thing they want. Oh, it is, they stamp it with Allah. It is Allah that gave them Nigeria. Your land, my land. That Allah give it to them. That they will, even if it takes how long, they will take everywhere and they will be in command, controlling every part of Nigeria. Sometimes you see, it's psychopaths that behave like this. It doesn't matter how they instigate sabotage. In this 21st century, it can never work. In the next 1 million years, it can never work. Forget about how, they are being, they are empowered. It cannot work. Never. Not today, not tomorrow. Not today, not tomorrow. Cannot work. It is delusions of tyrants. Delusions of tyrants. Adolf Hitler was fantasizing how he, make a pure race. Before you become a Nazi party member, you have to bring proof that your great-great-grandfather, I think to 4th generation or something like that, was of pure white. No mixture with Jews or black or any other race, Arabs. It's delusional. Something that it cannot work. That is what tyrants, they fantasize. It's just like drug. You sniff it and you start floating. You see yourself floating on air. Something that you don't have wings, you are not a bird, but you see yourself floating on air. Floating, being above everything. But it's a fantasy. It's not the reality. These are the characteristics of tyrants. You understand? They always want to mold a world of their own selfishness. Just like the Sokoto Caliphate is doing now with the Nigeria illusion. I used to play the clip of, is it Bala Mohammed of Bauchi, the Bauchi state governor, confidently on national television, telling the whole world that what they are doing is to bring Fulani from every corner of the world to Nigeria to settle them, sediment them. That they are doing it already. And that fantasy is what is like a sexual urge. They continue, they need more, they believe that it could be done. But not knowing that they are entering into more mess than they can control. We're in the 21st century. It doesn't matter what happens. We are in a different world altogether. During the time of the English colonization of our land, Ekumeku warriors resisted for 31 years. 31 good, 3 decades plus. Do you know what it means? Enyere India headache. You understand? Until 1914. Now, talk less of now we have everything at our tip of our fingers. We have the whole world watching. We have, it doesn't matter, we are in every part of the world. It doesn't matter, news fly like travels more than light in speed. And these people, they are still in that primitive mindset of turning everybody. They have been trying it during 1966, 1970. They deceived the other indigenous people in the north, middle belt, south, and they joined them. So they believe that, it's working, that they can do it. After they started eliminating, during Babangida Abacha regime, eliminating those that they used, the middle belters, mostly, in the military hierarchy, they started killing them one after the other. Now, that thing gave them the audacity that, it's working, they have to continue. Do you see how Burkina Faso killed 16 of them? You don't know that we are no more in a monopolar world. We are in a bipolar world. They don't understand. Britain used to give them strength. Don't worry, we are in a permanent security member, United Nations security permanent members. So we back you up. They don't understand that this world now is no more something of only the West. That there are other sides of the coin. They don't understand that. Do you think that before, maybe 5 years ago, Burkina Faso will just shoot 6 Muslim Nigerians in Burkina Faso? Just like that? Do you think that it could have happened even 3 years back? You don't know that something, there is intelligence they have. And there is a you don't know, they don't know. This is what they don't know. They thought that we are still in the old time, 1960s, 70s, when they enjoy monopoly of everything. It's no more this time around. That's why I say people should rise up against tyranny. Because you are not rising up is what fuels them, makes them powerful. Let me continue. I have talked about a tyrant. Now a dictator, please, is different. It's not a tyrant. A dictator is not always a tyrant. You understand? A dictator is a ruler with total power over a country. It doesn't mean that all dictators are tyrants. Never. Typically, one who has obtained control by force. Once you take over power as a military, you are a dictator. But not all are bad. Do you know that? Not all dictators are bad. Do you know that? You could have a good dictator. but not a good tyrant. Example of good dictators are, let me give you a few examples. Because I want you to differentiate it. Thomas Sankara, he was a dictator. He entered power through the barrels of gun, although no killing. You understand? He was a dictator, but a good one. Go and study his achievements. Thomas Sankara. He didn't go there to make money or to make name. No. One day I was watching one of the documentaries. His brother, he's still alive. Either his elder or younger brother. Because he was just killed 1987 of yesterday. So his brother went and carried the documentaries, showed them Thomas Sankara's property. Nothing is there. See, look at in his village, nothing. One old house. He said even the government of Burkina Faso have tried. The government of the person that killed him, what is his name? Blaise Compaoré, has tried several times to come and build a big huge castle for them. They said no, leave it like that. Don't build nothing. Leave everything there. We don't need your house. We don't need your money. That is dignity. You know that? That is dignity. Our India ga-ejide ha wote Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no some ụmụnne na-aga na ego na yokam beggars, pure undignified beggars. Now about apetogharị with politicians. Maybe isi amesu mmadụ ihu Chineke ekwena ihe ọjọọ. They thought that okwu na-aga zanzamanya na ele nwamada ahụ. Is that what they think? They don't know. With all these politicians, once they finish with them, they will still call. I will say, look at what these people are doing with us. Look at IPOB's intelligence. The brothers of this Thomas Sankara, they are still alive. Even his wife is still alive. He said they don't need don't ever come here to build. Don't put anything. We don't need it. Leave it like this. He showed the house of the man. He said, this is the house of a head of state. Could you believe it? Nothing. Just like a peasant's house. Because the man though he's a dictator, but he came there to dictate for good for the country. And results we are seeing. It's not somebody that was upset. Because good dictators, they are always convincing. They tell people, this Thomas Sankara, he was an orator. He goes for, first of all, when he entered power, he removed this presidential entourage. He says it's a waste of money. You know how much you pay when a president will be going with big cars. You know, these African presidents, they are the people that they promote car makers. Because their cars are custom made. If they tell you the amount they used to use to buy it, you will chuckle. Honestly speaking, this man Thomas Sankara, though he's a dictator, but he dictated good for the country. He meant good, and he acted it. He first of all removed this presidential rubbish, people that are eating from the president. So if you are working for your people, you don't need much security. You don't need only one car following him. One car with, I think, 2 or 3 military officers following him. Only. He dismissed everything, said this is a waste of money. And now made a decree that from him, look at the modest car he would be using. Do you see what I mean by good dictator? What happened? He started work, moving from village to village. That time, Burkina Faso, they were 90% Western illiterates. Let me put it like that. Because not having Western education doesn't mean that you are an illiterate purely. You can have common sense. You can do something. You can be a genius in welding, but you don't know how to speak English. You don't know how to write English. It doesn't mean that you are an illiterate. You understand me? But you're a genius. When they tell you, when it comes to your profession as a welder, that time you tell people so this man Thomas Sankara started moving from village to village, community to community, explaining to the people what a country should be, that everybody should be up and doing. It is for everybody. Do you know what happened? Burkina Faso, Burkinabe, locally they built 700 kilometers of railway line by themselves. Do you understand? They import only the irons and they lay it, measure the road, lay it by themselves. Something that this thing happened 1980s, early 80s. Something that Nigeria can never do today in 21st century. Do you see a good dictator? He convinced the people to work, and people love him. The population loved this man to death. That is a good dictator. Do you understand me? Until the agents of darkness were hired, because there are plenty now in black race. Agents of darkness to kill, to put off the light. Wherever they see lights moving on, you know, that's, I don't blame the Europeans that call Africans low life. I don't blame them, because they always have agents of darkness everywhere. Brakata, everywhere in Africa, in the heads of black people. They know that that person is doing right thing, but because of their greed, the same way Yasema Yadema was paid by France, I think either $800 or $600 of that time, 1960s, to kill Olympio, the first president of Togo, the first Togolese president that was trying to be independent totally from France, just the same way Secretary was, and Modibo Keita. Do you understand that? They have this man, the president of Togo. I don't know his name, but his father's name is Yadema. His father, his direct father, the one that died some time ago, he was the person that quenched the fire of Togo. He was used by France. They told him, just let us have the corpse of this man, and they pay him. That time, I think either $600 or $800. For you to see how cheap Africans could be. Many of them don't reason. They don't think. All that matters to them is what they can get now. That is why Africa is a shithole. Nigeria is a shithole. They don't care about future. All that matters is what we can get now. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. They sentence everybody into abject suffering that can never take place in any other part of the world. Do you know the solution Nigerians are using? They start buying money. Instead of attacking the core of their problems, these low-life Neanderthals now start buying money. They will make connections. The same people that are dehumanizing them will bring out through connection, give them some money to sell. And maybe 60,000, you buy 50,000 naira. And the Nigerians now, they are becoming accustomed to it as the solution. Do you see the solution of monkeys? Do you see? I saw on Facebook the other day, they saw some people in a community. They saw a person which they saw in a bank, one woman, the poor woman, they were attacking her. Maybe it's a cashier. He's a cashier. They attack the cashier, they attack the guard, you know. You are the cause of our problems. Why didn't give me money? Do you see how monkeys reason? When they see the people, the policy makers that are causing their havoc against everybody, now they'll clap for them and hail them. Baba, baba, baba. Do you see why the white people, they say Africans, they are aware of mental behavior, their mentality is below human average. And sometimes it seems it's good, it's true. Sometimes they are proven to is what the lack of cash on other places under 1 hour. There should have been revolution in Nigeria. Everybody will rise up, go say what is happening. But instead they will take a softer spots, soft targets. Maybe the person, the guard of a bank, they will slap him, say, "Oga now, they cause our problem." A miserable person like them. Do you see where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been pinpointing the way we reason? as black people is fundamentally flawed. The way we reason is highly flawed. Let me continue, please. Now, Thomas Sankara is a good dictator. Also, Muammar Gaddafi, let Muammar Gaddafi, my man, is a dictator, but a good one. Do you know that? Do you know that? He's a good one. Because they have their country, the future of their children at the heart. Not psychopaths that are fantasizing like the Fulani Caliphate. How to conquer, they will conquer the whole Nigeria and make Nigeria Fulani place, Fulani enclave. Allah has given it to them. Rubbish fantasies, honestly. Gaddafi was a dictator, yes, but he's a good one. Under Gaddafi, education was free. Do you know that? You know, Western media will not tell you all these things. But education was free. He was doing what Libyans were living even more than many European countries during that time. But many of you don't know that. I say Western Europe, Libyans were living more than some Western European countries in good life. You don't know that? Education was free. Medical treatment was free. Universal health care. That is Gaddafi. He was a dictator, yes. He entered power, I think, 1959. Having home was considered a basic human right under Gaddafi. As a citizen, having home was considered a basic human right. Where else do you see that? Where? Electricity was free. Well, under Gaddafi, Libya had the world's largest irrigation project. World's largest irrigation project. They turned the desert into blossoming. Oh, Chineke. These Europeans, they are agents in Africa. I got we don't. Don't worry. Under Gaddafi, bursary to newborn mothers. Bursary. Newborn mothers, they pay them. You have cheap petrol. You have bursary to newlyweds. You have 0 interest rates if you borrow money from bank. You have car subsidiaries. Car subsidies. You understand? Low commodity price. In short, at that time, no bread. You don't buy bread with money in Libya. That's the truth. High GDP per capita. No external debt. Do you know what it means? No external debt. High economy or high economic growth rate. Unemployment fees, that is welfare. If you are not employed, you become paid in Libya. But you can, BBC will not tell you all these things. All they will tell you is he is a dictator. That is what you hear. That is what you hear. Because they are trying to colonize your mindset. You know? Like sometimes when you see our people, some of our people talking on social media, these are people that listen only. When you listen BBC and CNN, I will not even try to argue with you at all, debate with you, because nothing you know. They colonize your brain. Nothing. Where will I start? Because you start telling me that Landa brothers discovered the mouth of River Niger. And Haile Selassie stop the killing of twins. Well, how will I start debating with you? Reasonable. I will just be watching. Sometimes I will see listening to what people are saying. I say no, ignorance is a disease, because these are people that listens. These are the product of BBC, CNN, all this Western media that don't pity your brain. They make sure that they catch your brain and you start thinking the way they want you to think. They will not tell you all these things. That during the time of Gaddafi, unemployment fees were paid to citizens. If you are not unemployed, you receive salary every month. There is food security. Do you know food security is one of the highest you can do? A country you have food security. At least you don't care. Food security. Libya had State Bank. The gold dinner. That is what the West don't want to hear. They planned Obama. This is one thing a black president did. For you to understand that these concussions, they know when to strike. So that the history we put it is a black president of America that killed Gaddafi. Do you see that? With President Sarkozy of France. All of them. I think Cameroon, all of them. Obama that was loved by Gaddafi, was genuinely loved by Gaddafi. He killed him, a black person from Kenya. For you to understand how this world, how they program, so that when history will be writing it that, oh, a black president killed the most prosperous president in Africa. It is in history. So it doesn't concern them. The way they say, now your people, now them kill them. Now, he's a dictator. He was a dictator, yes, but a very good one. How I wish we have this type of dictator. How I wish. You know, it's now what president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. I love that man. I used to say it on air. I love that man with all my heart, because he's trying to build a country. He's trying to build a nation. The Western media, they try to thwart him using the media. Oh, democracy. No, you are panning against democracy. Rubbish. What do we have in this democracy? What? Is it not democracy that we are suffering in Nigeria? Look at democracy, no cash. People are dying, suffering. No testimonies in Nigeria, something you cannot hear in any other country. But you listen, the EU election monitoring and the American monitoring teams, they are there in Nigeria on ground since last year. They are monitoring what is going on. That is not their problem. People are dying every second like flies. Avoidable sicknesses. Difficulties that are there. They don't care. They don't care. It's democracy, isn't it? We must chart our way. I'm telling you. Otherwise, we are finished. And we thank Chukwu Okeabiama for what we are doing anyway. What we are doing. Now, they are doing an exercise, a joint naval exercise in Nigeria, in the Gulf of Guinea, so-called, to protect their distance. Russia will come and join, so that they will really protect those vandalizing our oil. They have to come and join the exercise. They will come and bring their own exercise to really catch those that are vandalizing. When they, the worst is that what people listen is their only CNN. Go to every home in our land. CNN, no Kuge, BBC. I hate listening to all those garbage. I call them garbages for many years. I'm telling you, for many years. Because these are agents, media they use it to colonize our brain. The way they want us to hear anything that they want us to hear. Try listening other things, please. Thank God we have a social media. Thank God. So we have options. Otherwise, this CNN, BBC, all this rubbish, Western propaganda machines, they have damaged our brains. I'm telling you. They will tell you, once they talk about Gaddafi, he's a dictator. They don't tell you that he built his country. He loved his country. And that is why they want to extend it to Africa, the whole of Africa. But the West said, no, how can this man interfere in our mugus, opening their eyes? No, these monkeys. Instead, we destroy him, and they use Obama to destroy Gaddafi. A very good dictator. Very good one. Another example of a dictator is Napoleon Bonaparte. He installed a military dictatorship in 1799. I used to mention this man's name. You can never mention modern France without Napoleon Bonaparte. Because without him, French Revolution would have fallen apart. Do you understand? So, when in order to sustain a revolution, you need a good dictator, a good one, that will come with a heavy hand in order to channel that revolution, so that people will not come and use the democrat under the guise of democracy. You know, I could remember, I think 1989, 1990, when the Soviet Union was balkanized. You see NGOs, American NGOs, European NGOs full everywhere. After Gorbachev, hey, they are giving advice, expert advice, how to run a country, how to run a democratic society, how to. Hey, this thing come the vex Putin. Oh, you know, he was once I think the chairman of the KGB. He come the vex him, say, what? These our enemies? They want to scatter Russia. They want to scatter. They enter everywhere. Hey, pro-democracy this, pro-democracy that. They have offices everywhere in Russia. They are teaching Russians how to run their lives. Without Putin, I'm telling you, Russia would have been made like any other, like even Portugal. Like any other country that have no influence. Like Spain. No influence. Yes, it's an advanced country, but no influence internationally. Do you understand me? Until Putin took over power. And the first thing Putin did was this. He pursued his sack. He said, I give you, I don't know how many days, move out of Russia. All these NGOs, I give you few days to vacate Russia immediately. We don't need you to come and teach us how to run our government. And today you see how powerful Russia is. Do you understand me? So it was this thing Napoleon Bonaparte did it. He did it. That is in history. People that are telling you democracy, but you cannot have a thriving democracy without discipline. And the only way to insert discipline is through the law. And the only way to do it through the law is dictatorship. Good one. That is what I'm it's not what I'm not talking about dictatorship. I'm talking about against tyranny. Tyranny is different. It's different. Do you understand? Before people, just like in Nigeria, democracy. I can't democratize here. You want to say, hey, nah, leave me, now my right. Oh, now my right, and democracy with day. Wow, I pray, Biafra come, a very nice dictator, good one. Onyeme, I don't know jails, good jails like villages of Rugel. He may have target 20 years there, so that you use the law to baptize everybody, so that everybody will be disciplined. Once people become disciplined, grow with discipline, now you see, real democracy will enter, and people will be disciplined enough to sustain democracy. Not when you go, you say you want democracy in animals. You go to Serengeti and say, okay, animals, oh, we are in democracy. You want to walk in the midst of lions. Hungry lions in Serengeti desert. Are you not? They will tell you what is democracy. They will tear you into pieces. It's just like Nigeria. It's something. Serengeti desert is like Nigeria. It's the same thing. Democracy. Hell, I don't blame them when they say that black people's mentality are so low. I don't blame them. Napoleon Bonaparte was a power-hungry dictator who championed education and freedom of religion. Do you understand? People that are saying that no, you cannot have freedom of religion, there will be Catholic, will be is God sent. Or say, go to hell. This is a good dictator because he wants something good for his country, not for himself. That is good dictator. It's different from tyrants. Tyrants, what they always fantasize on their selfish interests or their tribal clannish fantasies, like the Fulani is doing. They want to turn, if they so happy and non Allah, now Fulani will be commanded. They will be the emir of Allah. And, everybody will be bowing down to them. That time we have turned to Islam. We are grappling with the Christianity we are in today. Now, other people, other hopeless psychopaths, tyrants, say that we have to come and turn to Islam so that they will be controlling us. Is it not living in cloud cuckoo land, for goodness sake? Is it not living in cloud cuckoo land, living in dreams, for goodness sake? We must continue. So, Napoleon Bonaparte rose to prominence during the French Revolution and led successful campaigns during the Revolutionary War. They had revolutionary wars, I used to tell you. I used to say it here. After revolution, it's not a bed of roses. For you to see Europe as civilized and developed as they are, it's not a day job. It's not even a decade job. It's not a century job. It's a continuous job process that brought them to where they are today. And you are dying to go there. Already made. Lay the foundation to do your own. You Neanderthals, you will not accept. Nigeria, we there. Let us do it like that. Because you're a monkey. You understand? That is what we preach here. We don't pity ourselves because the world doesn't pity us. As long as we continue in this useless, primitive mentality, there is no space for us. That is what IPOB is trying to change. Changing the narrative. That is what we are doing. It is not something that is, sweet. No chocolate. No. It is bitter. Very bitter pill, but it heals. It's something that generations coming, they will look back and thank us and say, God bless our ancestors. For doing this, for building a country like this for us, for changing our mentality. And we started thinking in a normal way like human beings and being productive. That is what we want to achieve. Okay. Let me continue. Napoleon Bonaparte rose to prominence during the French Revolution and led successful campaigns during the Revolutionary Wars. He was the de facto leader of the French Republic as first consul from 1799 to 1804. Then Emperor of French from 1804 until 1814 and again in 1815. All this, he answered the title of Emperor of France, so that he will stay there and do the good job. If it is today, do you know what? Hey, France will be the first. You want to? You are killing democracy. I mean, if this thing happened today in Africa, that a good dictator. Oh, is it not how they killed Gaddafi? Could have been saying? Democracy. They are using this word. This word, democracy, is what they have coined in order to destabilize Africa. You understand? In order to make sure Africa remains in a cycle upon cycle, endless cycle of stupidity. Look at the democracy. Look at them. God. Nigeria is controlled by the Fulani Caliphate tyrants, backed by the UK imperial powers. All they are doing is to make sure to solidify the Fulani grip and conquest of every nook and cranny of Nigeria. To make Nigeria a Fulani country in which they will settle all Fulanis. This is what tyrants do. To, by every means, make sure to install their personal, selfish or clannish intentions to subjugate or conquer everybody. The caliphate is doing this perfectly. They set up Nigerians to fight themselves, as they are trying to do now by making Emiefele the scapegoats in order to turn Nigerians against IPOB. That is what the Fulani, they master this plan. They master this art of deception. Digressive attack. That is what they do. That is what they do. Digression. The problem now, didn't I read the other day? DSS hired lawyers in order to arrest Emiefele. They bombard him with allegations. Nigerians, is Emiefele that is causing your problems? He is supporting IPOB. So that when useless Neanderthals will hear about IPOB called Nigerians, now they will turn around and say, okay, so they will turn their venom against IPOB. That is Fulani for you. Didn't you hear what do you call T. White and Juma shouting? They collude. Now he knew. But when he was being used, turning he thought he's fighting for Nigeria, killing Biafra. So that is the art of the Fulani. We reveal them here. We know them. We have understood them. Their game plans. So that people will not blame. People's mind will be removed from Asorok. People's mind will be removed from the Sokoto Caliphate as a cause of their problem. They say, do you know? They say, our people, the Nigerians know how to gossip. They say, I heard it in NTA. China is carry even BBC carry am. They say, me fella now, wow, he carry our whole this new naira. Now IPOB they give more, and people Neanderthals never ask. Now, who gave his MFL that gave to the terrorists in Kasina? The notorious terrorists. Is him? Do you see how the Fulani, how they know how to, massage your brain, manipulate it, so that you start behaving like a toy. They remove it. You start behaving as the way you change the channels of television with the remote. Once you touch it, they will laugh. Say, yeah. If you want to go astray, they will remove you back. The cause of your problem is MFL. Because he's giving money to IPOB. Now we become the latest in town. It's IPOB. Now you IPOB. Now you're not the cause of our problem. We don't want this IPOB again. Now it becomes the way they remove you because you don't think. But our leader made us to start thinking like human beings. Critical thinking, critical analysis. That is what makes you an equal human being. Do you understand? Not they say, wow, Niger. I'm not here, KO. We must continue. We must continue. They are trying to make MFL the scapegoat with IPOB because they want something that if you hear the name, now you will rise up and say, this Biafra people. So that you will forget about thinking the reality of the situation in Nigeria. You forget about it. They know how to touch you. Didn't you see when in Niger Republic, when they carry the whole money, giving them cars by Nigeria, whereas Nigerians are suffering, dead bodies are suffering in silence. Now they saw the video of cars being sent to Niger Republic. Somebody put it in social media. Nigeria started talking. The Nigerian foreign minister came, or the information minister. He said, "Hey, you Nigerians that are talking," because it's what the Fulani they know. They know the game. They say, "Go and talk to them." Just once you mention Biafra, everybody will go down. Finish. They will say, "Don't worry. Take more, I beg. Take more. Let us suffer and die. No problem. Take more." Because they know that Biafra is your weak point. It's your weak point. Once you hear mention it, you better die because you are ashamed to confront the reality. You are ashamed to confront the truth. So they know the Fulani, they are using it. You understand me? You know, it's like somebody that have your secret. Maybe a married man. Somebody have your secret. You have a secret affair with another person. The video. Every time before you rise up, he will remind you. It becomes a blackmail. That is what they are. Fulani is using Biafra to blackmail Nigeria. But I'm telling you, you have to rise up and face the truth, the reality. Face it in the face like a human being. Once the Nigerian minister of information came up, he talked publicly. He said, "Hey, Nigerians that are whining their mouth, when we were helping you killing Biafrans, where are you? We were even the people that are godo that fought, and you were lazy, doing your business in Lagos and in Kaduna, and we are dying. We help you keep Biafrans. So we merit it." Every Nigerian said, okay, sorry, na Biafra. Okay, you merit it, sir. No, na carry go. The same thing they are playing today. The same thing. This is how tyrants work. That is how they function. They have they blackmail you with your weak point. with your weakness. And in Nigeria, Biafra is their weakness. People are suffering. No cash. They did it in order to achieve one aim. But as they see people are suffering and things want to get out of hand, they now come. MFLA is sponsoring IPOB, so he should be arrested. They carry the whole money and give IPOB the whole new money. That is why he don't have money in banks. So when Nigerians hear IPOB, they will come down and say, their problem now will be MFLA and IPOB. That is where their venom will lie now. This is what the Fulani know how to do best. Blackmailing. These are tyrants. I'm talking about rising up against tyranny. Do you understand? Rising up against tyranny. It is a pity that Nigerians, let me continue because I will soon open the lines. It is a pity that Nigerians don't have the mental capacity of understanding the Fulani manipulation. This is why they cannot rise up and confront this Fulani tyranny. Rather, they are always ready to attack the soft spots, same miserable people as them. Example is, instead of rising up against the Fulani tyrannical government that is torturing our collective lives, they go and attack and beat up individuals as bank clerks, receptionists, security guards, etc. People that have no control over the Fulani led down tyrannical policies. You understand me? They go and attack. I saw people attacking themselves using these plastic rubbers, hitting themselves, fighting against themselves in a filling station. And the Fulani that are doing it, they just relax, watching. They'll be watching it on social media. Say yes, it's working. Yeah, as they gather there, as they have population suffering in filling stations, what makes them not to rise up and say, these people, everybody will leave carry their plastic rubber, now go and meet the government face to face as a public. As it's happening in Imo, happening in Bayelsa, happening in Kogi, happening in everywhere in Lagos. What can they do? What would they do? But who will do that? Instead, they will be killing themselves as slaves. You know, slaves, they can never challenge their master. Instead, they will go and challenge their soft spot, the weaker slave. That is the way the Fulani has manipulated the Nigerians. They put them, the situation they put them, say, sit down here. This is where we put you. You fight against yourself, okay? You know, they will go to church. The church will talk, all spirits of, I release the spirit of new Naira now. And they will go, amen, with fake hope. Ndiara. Instead of telling people the truth, say, look, nobody can do this, only you. Fight to liberate yourself. At least, if they say we're in a democracy, let everybody move out. People in the filling station, everybody with hunger, with anger, all of them will move out to go to nearest governor's office or governor's house. Everywhere. But can they do it? Instead, they will be blaming themselves, hitting themselves, killing themselves like slaves. No, Nnamdi there for this line. Why don't they for the other line? Nnamdi there here first. Instead of channeling that anger to the tyranny that is destroying their lives. No, they will not do it. Now they are buying Naira. Have you seen a country where they sell their own currency? What wouldn't you see in Nigeria? What there's, I was talking with somebody privately yesterday. He said, "No, Nigerians will rise up." I laugh. I say, "Oh, the body will rise up." If you want, what worst thing will you do to Nigerians? What will make them to rise up? What? Where they have coolers, sedatives in their different churches that tells them that God will fight their war. How will they rise up? If you talk, you think that human beings are hearing, listening to you. The next minute, they go to their chapels, to their churches. They are that the Jews say, don't worry, everything, just as you pay money now, so seed, God is in control. God will destroy those that are doing this to you. And all of them will say amen. And they will go back to continue facing the reality. This is how useless Neanderthal Homo sapiens brains. That is the way they work. That is why Nigerians cannot rise. But we are urging you to rise up against tyranny. You understand? They attack themselves in gas stations. This is a display of a very lower than average mentality of a group of people called Nigerians. Instead of channeling that anger to a common place, that place that is torturing them, that is the spot, the hot spot that is championing, that is torturing their life with deep policies. Instead, all of them say, no, oh, my brother, no, you be the problem, oh, don't worry, you are in line first, but let us go. Let us go to the nearest governor's office. All of them in group, as they are going, people are joining. At least make protests as they are doing in different states. But we don't do it. Fulani will come and say, oh, the Igbo people want to destroy your property. Nigeria is a horrible place. It's a hell in this planet Earth. It's a hell. People there, that is why when you look at, sometimes I look at their character. I used to watch some of all these their pranks to understand the character, deep character of Nigerians. None of them are civilized. All of them now walk and get any slightest, something you can even ignore and say, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, in Nigeria, we back like a mad dog. You say Chineke. You see all these things, even white people are watching it. They think all this social media open more Nigerian people's demeaning characters to the world. I'm telling you. To the world. To the world. Instead of channeling their anger to the right source, no, they'll be killing themselves. They'll be killing themselves. They are selling money, trying to bring more difficulty to others. Okay, now it become contact something. You sell 60,000, 50,000 naira for 60 and get 10,000. Nah, business. Because you are simply an animal. Donkey is better than you. Other countries, they will channel their chagrin, their anger to the right source, the government that is torturing them, the Fulani tyranny that is tormenting everybody's life. But no way. First of all, you go to your church, they will tell you God will take care. Which kind God? Stop being misled. Stop. Think like a human being. This is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started by going to the root cause of our problems. That is our mentality. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started by urging every one of us to update our mental grades, to upgrade the way we reason. Because this mental upgrade will make us start thinking critically, making critical analysis. What if analogy of Lord Uchechi Kanu, who, when I hosted her here, he said, some people, we should go back to what if, not straightforward thinking. Like a dog, bingo. Once you say bingo, catch him. Hey, he doesn't have break again. That is the way Nigerians behave as bingos. What if? That is a theory of Lolo Uchechi Kanu. Lolo, our first lady, he said it. What if? Why not reserve and have critical analogy of issues? What if? Do you understand? Analysis. And this will help us to understand the plans and tactics of the Fulani Caliphate, tyrants who has been using Nigeria as an illusion in order to Fulanize everyone. As late Dr. Obadiah Maelafi authoritatively said, that the Caliphate wants to start a civil war in 2022 so that there will be a state of emergency rule which will warrant them to become more ruthless in order to finalize their Fulanization. But IPOB is here to stop them because we have been mentally upgraded. We are alive and no more dead bodies as Nigerians. We continue urging everybody to join IPOB in this very tedious fight against the Fulani tyranny, a fight to liberate every unfortunate indigenous people in Nigeria. This is a righteous fight. This is where I'm going to stop. This is where I'm going to stop. And I will go into a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start calling in. Please don't go away, please. I'll be right back.
When I talk and say it don't worst, it don't worst. This one is 1,600 debit. I know see them. This one is 4,000. This one is 4,000. I know see them. This one, okay, 1,000. All these things now debit. Now I said something yesterday. Some people, maybe to you people, it never reach you, but it go reach you soon. It go reach you soon. If you can speak up, because all of you know me very well. I'm not this type that comes out and start talking and Nigeria do this, country do this and that. It's none of my business, because if you talk, waiting they go do, they go do. This is 50. Look at this is 55,000 naira. This is 55,000. My money that I deposited in the bank. I have now to that's ATM. No, they pay again. App no, they open again. If you since any of you when they use Access Bank. If they use Access Bank, one last, your app open. If your app open, one last, you get debit alert or you get credit alert. You go send somebody money, the person no go see them, but they don't debit you. You don't go get debit alert, the person no go get credit alert. I am talking about Access Bank on our own worst. What you would do to collect the money where you deposit for bank, you go see as an you Imo State. Crowd. This is crowd. People who won't collect money. Now every morning people sneak out from their house to rush to nearby ATM just to get this cash. When they don't say this money no day, why they go announce to say the old money will not be collect again? Because everybody now is that scared. Only old money got tonaka. Yeah, but if the country where that's if you say now where they imply something, at least if they bring the old money, the bank will go to seize them. Then they release raw cash and new cash. To get your PVC, you go suffer. To get your PVC, you as an then to use your ATM, collect money, you go see red. Then to stay in your house, use your app. Use your app, transfer money to somebody. Since we want to run a cashless country, a cashless society, your app cannot go. Then you manage to see any POS where get cash. Now worst. 50,000 naira. What they collected from me is extra 6,000 naira. If you collect 50,000, they collect extra 6K. Then if you collect 100,000, they will debit you 12,000 naira. How did we get to this place? How did we get to this point? Fuel no day. A liter is 400, 450. Yesterday I bought 490. As fuel no day, NEPA no come day again. App no dey work, NEPA no day, fuel no day, cash no day, nothing day. The only thing wey dey now, the only thing wey dey freely now na heat. na hits, na in dey free now.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE, coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra London. Today is the 7th day of February. Oboche Afo, sorry. Tatabo Oboche Afo. Being Tuesday, 2023. Our lines are now open. Our direct line, as usual, is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, WhatsApp and Signal lines +61 405 142 547. Please, there is something I want to say before I pick the callers. Please hold on. I will bring you in. I used to see some people on Signal with no, coded number, no number. I block you. If you are calling Radio Biafra or you want to send anything with no number, I will not accept it. I mean private number, unseen number. I block it. Signal before you call, I have to accept. So I used to see some unknown numbers. If you code your line in order to use it to call me, I will not accept it, please. That is for your information. Caller on WhatsApp, you are the first caller. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Hello, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Hi, my name is Owe Robo Biafra. I'm from UK, but calling from Biafra land at the moment. I would like to do a contribution about the suffering our people are going through in Biafra land.
I think you are witnessing it. You are in the best position or in a better position to say it, because as you say, you are there.
I'm weak. I could see everything that's going on here. Our people are suffering. Our people keep suffering, but our people are the worst of the worst. They are worse than dead bodies, honestly, because I could see all these things that's going on, and I tried to let some of them know what is going on in this country, and they continue to, for some reason, I think they just want to be slave forever. I keep trying to advise them and try to let them know what, and for some reason they keep just ignoring the truth. And the mess that is going on now in Biafra land is unbelievable. For the first time ever, last weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the bank was open, and everyone took the money. Basically the old naira. The government want the old naira. So Saturday and Sunday, everyone took the money into the bank. Hello, can you hear me?
Go on. The whole world is hearing. Go on.
On Saturday and Sunday, everyone, the bank was open first time in history. Everyone took the money into the bank, the old naira, right? And for some reason, they said by Monday, they're going to start giving out the new naira. But they refused to give the naira out, and people are suffering. They've took back the old naira, and they refused to give out the new naira. And people are suffering. People are buying their own money. They're buying from POS. They're buying from anywhere they could buy from. And people are just suffering. And it's absolute. It's madness. All the stuff that's going on now, people talking about election. But now they stop talking about election. They're talking about how they're going to survive to get money. How they're going to survive to get fuel to boost the generator. And the prices for fuel, for petrol, and I say fuel, petrol, is unbelievable. Because now the price should be 200 or 220, but for some reason the prices for petrol now is 400, 500. If you have to go to back queue to get petrol, you'll be there. I tried to get petrol yesterday. I was in the petrol station for over 3 hours trying to get petrol. For over 3 hours trying to get petrol. When I get to the queue, then I have to try to force my way to get petrol after queuing for 2 hours. And the price of the petrol is 500 naira just to get petrol.
Mazi, do you know? 200. Mazi, could you believe it that even many parts of the north are not experiencing this? You know that?
100% true.
Okay, Mazi, I'm coming. Sorry for interjecting. You are from the coastal part of Biafra land, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Many people now that are talking, our fuel, our crude oil. What are they gaining on it? I want to ask. What is the mentality? You know, instead of fighting for freedom, joining everybody. You know, you are looking for our oil. You ask them, who is enjoying this oil? If not for in Katangura. Oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa.
They are suffering, and they for some reason they refuse to understand what is going on in this country. They have oil. There's oil everywhere. I live next to. I wish I could send you pictures. I live behind where I'm staying right now is the oil brand, and people they're digging. There's oil going all over the world, and meanwhile, the people that own the oil, the people that live next door to the oil, are suffering. And it's so painful. It's so painful to see that the people, for the first time in history, I bought plantain, bole, right? I didn't have cash to give to them. For 2 weeks, I haven't seen naira. You have to buy money. It's so sad to see.
Mazi, can this type of thing happen in the United Kingdom for 24 hours?
This is not possible.
Okay.
So the country will go on protest.
Okay.
The whole country, the whole nation will go on protest.
Okay.
If it happens for 1 minute, the whole country will go on protest. Honestly, our people are the worst of the worst. I'm here. I could see them, and I could just think, what is going on in this country? It's so sad to see. That's just what I just want to add my little contribution.
You've done great.
We'll be speaking about
and there, and stay safe, my comrade. Please stay safe.
No problem.
There, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Bye. That is it. The problem we have is in the brain. That's it. Everybody is fighting for individual survival. Although I made it a topic for one day. Individual survival is not the collective solution. It is detrimental. I'm telling you. Individual survival. Everybody is programmed for individual survival. Look for a way. Now your own way. Now every way. Now way. That is killing everybody. If people will rise up in unison and say no, let us go and fight for all of us. All of us, you go and fight for all of us. Things will change immediately. That is the way things change. And I keep on pinpointing it in our land. The sedative that is causing all these things, the most sedative is these useless churches in our land. We will not shy away from it. They will tell people that God is in control, God is fighting your battle. That is it. They give them sedative, false hope, and everybody will continue sleeping. Go and talk to them from morning till their pastor have said it. So what are you struggling? Ask people that are suffering today. They will tell you Jesus is alive. No, I'm suffering, but I have a better place. Very useless Neanderthal primitive character and way of thinking. But they want to go to Spain. They are happy to go to Canada, where people use their brain and fought for everything. You were on Sumo, honestly. Caller on Signal. Mazi, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Professor Jonathan.
Caller on Signal. Mazi, caller on Signal. Are you there? Go on, please. Go on, please.
Usually, I used to call from Akwa Ibom, but today I happen to make a trip to Ebonyi State. Somewhere in Ebonyi State, which is my location.
No need of exposing your whereabouts, please. We understand the timing.
Thank you so much, Professor Jonas. Thank you so much. Let me quickly make my input. You see what is happening to us. I think the basement of all these problems is because we don't possess the mental toughness. If we possess the mental toughness to understand and assimilate as an indigenous people from our respective location or organic respective location, we should have been able to understand what is happening to us. The instances that you outlined in the course of your exposition, like the Tanzania man, is that Tanzania man? Then you have people like Gaddafi. You have people like Thomas Sankara.
Yes.
You have people like Thomas Sankara. Then you have people like Mazi. These people are revolutionists. Even though when we might say that they are tyrants, but they are revolutionists.
They are not tyrants. They are not tyrants. They are dictators, but good one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry for such mistakes. They are so these people are revolutionists. It is either they revolutionize to fight against neocolonialism or imperialism. And you understand that the problem we are suffering today is from the West. So it is the Western colonial administrators that put us into the mess that we are in today. And if anybody have anything to say against this, then I will advise the person or recommend that that person have to go and read Walter Rodler, how the European underdevelop Africa, and they continually keep underdeveloping us. So it is either by religion or by forceful adoption of English language as a lingua franca, or by any other means. We have not been allowed to develop as an organic species from the geographical location where we find ourselves. So these are the problems we have. And when you look at the periphery of things, you will understand with me that even some people among us are planted as agents, and they keep to ensure that we are being subjugated and intimidated into total submission. These are the problems. Then what we have to do as a people, is, thankfully to the coming of IPOB that brought us this message of freedom, that brought us this message of hope, that brought us this message of mental toughness that has to do with to bundle the horizon that envelop our eyes, because it is the horizon that is the problem. Once this horizon that is called the mental blockage, or that is called it is an illusion in my own term, once we have been able to unbundle it, then we will begin to see the light. And when we see the light, then it is the beginning of the a glorious doom that we outline the total twilight, whereby we are epileptically subjugated to. So that is what I'm saying, Professor Jonas. So what we have to do as a people is The only family or the only movement or the only body that I have seen so far that is working in this direction towards our total liberation is the IPOB and no other body. Then I will suggest and advise our people to keep listening to this radio, because this radio is a platform of hope. It is a platform of it's a platform of, I don't know, Professor Jonas, I just like the right adjective, but I will advise our people to keep listening to this, because that is where our hope and the life lies. Having said this, Professor Jonas, I will have to allow some of our comrades to make their input, because I don't want to seize the platform only for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We must keep moving, and we shall keeping on. Biafra is coming, and Biafra is hope.
Thank you. Yes, our brother said, you said it, but also he said the problem is from the colonizers, from the Europeans. Yes, I will agree, but so I will not absolve ourselves of any blame, or of every blame, I should say, because we are part of the blame also. Let us face the reality. You know, I used to say it. This world is a world of exploitation. That is it. And you continue fighting for what belongs to you, for things to change for you. It's a continuous process. India was colonized. They fought in order to remove, not to take the British religion. They fought for it. It didn't happen by miracle. They died for it. They didn't want to take British ideology. They retained it under colonization. So why shouldn't we do the same? That is it. Pope Francis last year traveled to Canada and openly apologized to the Canadian indigenous population for the atrocity, the genocide Roman Catholic, the church committed against them. Do you know the reason? Because the people were fighting for that. They recognized and they were fighting against it, fighting for apology. But do you know that in our land, our people are defending the European ideology and what they brought to our land? People we have taken it as a custom to question, to rise up against our ancestors, of which you people had somebody or with audacity, an IPOB, even principal officer, asking who is our ancestor. Whereas Pope, the present Pope is not dead. He went to Canada to ask for forgiveness. Why? Because the people recognized. The people opened their brain and they recognized that evil have been committed against us in the name of Christianization. But in our own, our people even embrace it. They are licking the ass of these people, saying, thank God, it's you people that bring civilization to us. Now, do you see the difference? Why wouldn't we blame ourselves? Do you see it? Let me call her on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Please go on. Call her on WhatsApp. Call her on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mazi.
Go on, please. Go on.
Thank you so much. Greetings to you, my beloved brothers and sisters. Chukwu Abiyama is our strength. Mazi, to support some of the things that we are saying in this wonderful platform. To come with the clip you play. You play from the beginning, you play 2 clips. The first one talk about the debit and decline of the money. It will be, if you want to make a transaction in the zoo, this is the latest, the trendest. They will debit you, then the person that you made the withdrawal in his POS will tell you that it's right decline. So for that reason, I am not going to give you the money. I am a victim to that, Mazi. In short, I made a withdrawal. If you hear that story that our brother is saying on that clip, is exactly what is happening. But the difference now is he mentioned Access Bank. My own is UBA. The zoo are the same thing. People are suffering. The reason why some elderly people are crying in the bank is because, according to the word of God, Mazi, as in every akonya the Gobianadi, some people are asking why this old man is crying. The reason the old man is crying is because all of his money, really, deceive go and deposit your old money. The last day, so day, all the whole people, they went and deposit their money in the name of old money. Now, to get the new money is nowhere to found. To get, people are going to bank as early as 4 o'clock in the morning. The latest is that you will discover that the ATM machine, there is money there, but that money will not come out. Then what happened? They said that the bank people used to tie the money with the machine. They would tie it with nylon and put it in the machine. As soon as they want the money to come out, they will go and remove the nylon. In the zoo, there are all manner of evil. When you go to ATM, you want to withdraw, the machine will be telling you that there is money here. But that money will not come out because they seal it with the light. That is the new, their so-called new Naira. They will be the one to announce, tell the whole crowd that came to their bank. He said, if you want to deposit, then you can come in. If you want to withdraw, please don't bother to come in. Go to ATM. That is where the new money is. Then when you go to ATM, the machine will not give you the money that is inside there. Then what happened? Because so all these things, there is a news today, Mazi, saying that they arrested bank manager somewhere that they decided to pay about 100 and 20 something million what. The zoo bank managers are criminals. They are the supporters of this evil. They are the one making life difficult to the people, alongside with their evil rulers, because they don't have leaders. What they have is rulers. They are ruling over the masses, but the masses don't want to they don't want to react. But we are telling them that time will come, they will react whether they like it or not, because as everybody is crying in the bank, despite the people that go to mosque, because mosque, they went and distribute their own money in the mosque. If you see any of them that look like the person that comes from that part of the north, inside the bank, man, or a Christian. This is the honest truth. So this evil that is happening to our people and everybody is silent. We continue to tell you that, hearing my voice right now, that it's best good for you to call it spade, because we continue to say time will come, everybody will lament. And I think that time is now, because our leader Mazi and the Kanu prophesy over this. He said that time will come, you will deposit your money, to get it back is problem. And I think everybody is witnessing it. Mazi, before we go, I want to use this opportunity to remind Erufai, at the same time, Malami, a senior law officer that doesn't know law, and the rest of the evildoers, development, and most of them will be more here for them to know that whatever you do today will come back to you tomorrow, because you are a human being, you have a flesh. For that reason, let them obey court order. Let them stop ganging up against an innocent man. Let them release an innocent people that they are holding, because that time is coming when all the people that think that something that is bad will not come to them, they will see it. I use this opportunity to thank you, Mazi. Thank you for this wonderful.
There were Mazi. You know, like, well, what our brother said. Oh, these are okay. Let's agree. Let's assume that of this thing, the bank managers are doing this. What made people? The people are gathering in large numbers. What made people? What restrains people the mob to invade and protest at the same time. Instead, now bank manager. No, waterproof, but you have more than 1,000 people there. Do you see the difference between black people and Nigerians and others? Do you see the difference? Other people, they will not take it. They will not take. They will not start hearing gossip. Man, I ask you, what a price. I say, one name why bank manager, what a man. I seen a hand, you start misbehaving, it becomes the talk, gossip. Instead of doing something tangible, everybody will be gossiping. I say, they are sharing it in the mosque, which means this thing is an agenda. People rise up. You know, it's very easy where there are a group of people. It's very easy to start a revolution from group of people where they are buying fuel, where they line up, thousands of people line up, where they are buying fuel, where they are in a POS, where they are in a bank. You know, very easy. People will flare up and have one common motive of fighting that evil. Instead, I know they are not called rubbish. Onye kọrọ nke onye ọzọ kọrọ another thing onye akọcha ya nara nke ga-ese ga kele Chukwu na wetin we go do. I don't pay 10,000 now to collect 50,000. That is 60,000. Before you know it, 2, 3, 4 days, 1 week, it becomes the modus operandi. If you want to talk, they say, "Nah, go, nah, you don't have money. That's why I beg go." Others are paying even 20,000 to collect 50,000. It's nothing to them. Why are you complaining? That is the way our people is wired, and this is what we are trying to change here. I have a caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Caller on signal. There, Mazi, welcome.
My name is Mazi Fine. Mazi Fine is calling from his location. Mazi, it will be a long time. Mazi, I heard your topic this night. But Mazi, let me just tell you, the surname, the second surname of the Zoo One Nigeria people are suffering and smiling. That is their second surname. As I'm talking to you now, everywhere in this zoo is nothing to write home about. People are suffering. If you go to bank, everything is messed up. Mazi, first of all, let me just thank our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, and I'm also telling Nigeria government to release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. He is innocent. He committed no offense. He committed no crime. Release him because he is innocent man. And the one Nigeria list. This is the time people are supposed to appreciate the only prophet, the prophet of our time. This condition we are facing through, we are passing out now, or we are into now, was prophesied by one man. He prophesied by our leader that the time shall come, you will look for your money in the bank, you will not get your money. That's what is happening today. This is the time one Nigeria list we began to know that Nigeria is about to doom by the so-called their political leaders, by holding the only prophet that God sent to liberate everybody. Mazi Nnamdi is a prophet, is a son of God. He came to liberate both Nigeria and Biafra. In short, he's come to liberate West Africa. And then refuse with the janjaweed, with their make them not to see the handwriting that is God is about to destroy, as it was in the old ancient time. When you refuse to hear or to hear the word of prophet, you are about to be doomed. Nigeria is suffering and smiling. They want to use this opportunity to just confuse them, make them to become useless before the whole world. fighting each other, fighting where it's not necessary. Instead of you to go to those people that makes you to be suffering and smiling and give them their last treatment, you are there fighting each other. But one thing I want to let them know is this: our project, Biafra restoration, must come to pass. God have already ordained it. And all these things that is coming, we are facing, is the sign that the greater worst thing is on head to come, to fall upon Nigerians. If people didn't take the proper measure to make sure that this country is divided and the life will be saved. Without that, the greater worst thing is about to happen. That Fulani people will teach you people a lesson that you people can never forget. Mazi, let me just drop here. Thank you, Mazi, for this topic. We must continue. No going back until Biafra is restored.
There were, of course.
Good night, Mazi.
We have no back to go to, so that phrase even doesn't come into being. Caller from Germany, Mazi Joe, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yes, I can hear. Dalo Mazi.
There were Udo Drege.
Yeah. Udo Drege. Dalo Mazi. My name is Mazi Joe Agafe. I am the Deputy Coordinator of Regensburg Unit in Bayern in Germany. Respectfully and loyal to the DOS instituted by our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi, you know, the topic this night is very, very interesting. Because you are like teaching our people a new thing that many of them have not heard before. That is polarism. You know, the war in Ukraine is now making people to understand that this world is actually divided into fragments. Politically, we are talking about polarism. Polarism is a situation where people have different political opinions and different system of running their countries. With communism, you know, socialism, and the rest like that. Now, presently, we are in a world of unipolarism, which started after Russia and the USSR was, you know, destroyed. Russia suffered a lot. Now, Putin came in and he wanted to bring the glory of Russia back, which he did. You know, started by sending those NGOs away, and from there he started taking control of the economy, taking away Russians that were working hand in hand with the Western world.
The saboteurs that are, you know, you have them everywhere. They know they are rich, they are making money, serving foreigners and against their people's interests, either knowingly or unknowingly.
Yes. And you know, one thing that Putin also did was to create billionaires that will be in his circle, that will be of help to him and the state of Russia in the future. Most of these people are the ones that the Western world have sanctioned at the moment. They were looking for all their properties all over the world. They seized their yachts on the sea. They seized their buildings. They were trying to, cage Putin, cage his friends. But they never knew that this man has planned everything for over 10 years. Now, Mazi, you look at unipolarism. It's been only USA that has been controlling. You know, they have military bases all over the world. They have their navy all over the seas. You know, they just had everything in place. Now, Russia woke up. China woke up. India is waking up. Russia at the moment is trying to support that India should be a member of the security, security membership in the UN. You understand, Mazi? So now we have these BRICS. Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, I think Indonesia also. Now, these people are trying to form their own parallel organization against the UN what we are witnessing now, this year is going to be a decisive year for this world, because I could say that the BRICS, they are now organizing their own naval exercise on the sea. The NATO are now organizing theirs on the sea. Now they are going to West Africa, Gulf of Guinea, to to make sure that their people keep stealing before Russia comes. Because anything that makes Russia to join them in that place, and maybe China will say, okay, they want to join. South Africa wants to join. Everything will now scatter in that place. So, Mazi, if you even look at the map of Nigeria in the map of Africa, if you turn it around, Nigeria is like a trigger. If they press that trigger, Africa is gone. The number of people that will migrate to Europe through plane, through sea, through air, even some people will take carpets to travel from Nigeria, from the zoo to Britain. So, Mazi, you are doing a very nice job. I really praise you. I really praise you. Thank you so much, darling.
And I'm learning from what you are sending, the stuffs you are sending to me, honestly. There we
You're welcome.
Continue.
You're welcome.
There we
Oh yeah. Have a good night, sir.
There we the Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on signal. Sorry. Before caller on signal, sorry. I have one that I used to forget. Welcome to the program. Before I forget, you have been here for going to there will go on.
That's okay. That's okay, Mazi. I'll be quick. My contribution is going to be quick, though. Good afternoon, sir. Then my utmost respect and loyalty to the leadership, starting from Hamadike 1 to the leadership to every one of us. Mazi, what you were saying today provoked my thoughts on two levels, or 2 points or arguments. Number one is this, because I've been trying to figure out, or in my head, why all these sufferings are going on, especially the recent ones. Good afternoon, my fellow Biafrans. I didn't neglect anyone anyway. That is going on. It's like the Fulani oligarchy, those that are that are in control of whatever is going on in Dazu. It's like they don't give a damn. They don't care. I've been trying. If not for anything, from humanity point of view, of feelings, empathy, these are your fellow human beings. Even if you don't care, at least you worry about their welfare, their daily welfare. Why is it that they don't care? Why you started preaching today? 2 things occurred to me. Number one is this. We've continued when we are talking about or narrating this story of the Fulani activities, especially the Fulani hegemony and oligarchy in Nigeria. We keep forgetting that these people are not indigenous to Nigeria. This is a key point, Mazi. They are not indigenous to Nigeria.
Of course.
They have managed to work themselves into the society, that even when you're counting indigenous people of Nigeria, people, without thinking, bring them in as they're indigenous to us. They're not indigenous to this location called Nigeria. We need to be bringing this topic up, because it's like something that they cleverly came in and is swept under the rug. These people are foreigners that came in, hijacked the system. They are not indigenous to Nigeria.
Mwada, you are saying, let me interject here. You are saying, you are talking about being indigenous. Go to Google now and ask how many the major tribes in Nigeria. Fulani, they put it there. 6% now.
That's what I'm saying.
6%. 2014, 2015, it was recorded there. I saw it 1.5%. But today, how many years now? Just under 6 years or 8 years is 6%. You are talking of being indigenous. Before you know it now, they are putting, I think Igbos, whether 12 or 15%. Before a few years now, they relegate Igbos to be 4%. Wow, please continue.
It occurred to me that said we are negating the main thing, the main argument. These people are not indigenous, but they have woggled their way, manipulated their way into Nigerian society. Even Nigerians are seeing them as indigenous people of Nigeria. This is crazy. It just dawned on me today. Then number two, which makes perfect sense to me. This is the main reason why they don't care whether Nigeria are burned to pieces. Because what the argument do I make with this? We know about the thing in the story in the Bible. You call it the splitting baby issue, where two women came to Solomon. The one that was not the mother of that child said, "I don't care, kill the baby." Is it not what the people are doing? They don't care whether Nigeria burns to ashes. They don't care. Because they are not indigenous to Nigeria. All they want to do is Nigeria can be even burned to pieces so that they can be able to manipulate and be on top and be the major ethnic society. And they're succeeding in that. And every other indigenous people are keeping quiet now. It just dawned on me and I'm like, wow, why are we not seeing this thing in plain sight? This is what is happening. That's why they don't care. That's why they're cutting away the money. That's why they're making sure they put themselves in key positions so that they can be going away, destroying Nigeria, raiding Nigeria, robbing Nigeria, raping Nigeria of our natural resources because it is not their place. They don't have any that loyalty or attachment to Nigeria. Look at it. Somebody like even the article, you talk about him, he tell you that he has relatives in Niger. The same thing with the so-called Buhari. All of them have where they call their own main place. That is why Buhari is giving Chad money because that's where he referenced as his own place. They just come into Nigeria to cater away our resources, and Nigerians are not seeing this because they are not indigenous to Nigeria. They don't have that attachment and loyalty. Man, that's all I wanted to bring in because I couldn't hold it. Thank you, man.
There were Wanda. You said it all. Why will Nigerians care? Whenever they want to look Fulani, the Fulani will program them. Hey, do you want Onyamiri? Do you want Igbo people to take over? Do you want? Look at Igbo people. Hey, look them before they take over or they will dominate you. So everybody will, all of them will say, okay. Even if we are dying, no problem. Let us be checkmating Igbo people. Let us Biafra, this Biafra. Let us checkmate Biafra. Look at our brother from Urobo. Maybe his father compound have oil, but he's buying fuel of 500 naira. Tomorrow, if you talk, they want us to be inside Biafra because for our oil. You are oil. You are useless oil. You don't benefit nothing from it. Are you not supposed to be ashamed? What I say, go to Wikipedia, Google. You see them. You see where they say Fulani now is 6% of Nigeria population. Now, before it was Hausa Fulani, today they are separating Fulani from Hausa and increasing the percentage. Our Igbo politicians, Biafran politicians, don't see this. All that matters to them to come and ask who is our ancestor. Who is our ancestor? They don't see all these things. That is why I abhor them until they start doing the right thing. I abhor them. I'm telling you. They don't see it. Before you know it now, in the next, if things go unchecked, continue like this unchecked, in the next 5 years, 10 years, you will see they will relegate Igbo as they have relegated Igbo to 5 states. They will relegate Igbo, say Igbo now is a minority, is 4% of Nigeria population. Today they put it 12. Why? They are, our so-called intellectuals are just a bunch of buffoons. Most of them, they don't care about all these things, putting us into our future generations in a very hard situation. Hell, they are putting us with their nonchalant attitudes, only selfishness. They don't care. All these small things, they call small mundane things, but it matters a lot. The Fulani, they are profiting little by little, coming through different ways. Is a doctor, a PhD holder. Telling you. Caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Go on, please.
Thank you, Mazi. Jonathan Chinedu, Udo Delege, Mamadi. When will you come up on Radio Biafra to teach us, everybody feel happy? Because what you people are doing is marvelous. Without wasting much our time, let me thank Chukwuka Abiyama. Because why I normally thank Chukwuka Abiyama is that without that, Chukwuka Abiyama send Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All these things we are hearing saying, my brother, we are even be zero now. But Chukwuokuka Abiyama is our God. He look on our face and say, no, this my children can never perish like that. He sent the Tulu leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So come and liberate us. That is why he selected you people. We call you people professors. Chukwuokuka Abiyama, the God of our land, the God of our ancestors, the God of the truth, the God of honesty, the God of peace, the God of freedom. Chukwuokuka Abiyama. Guide our leader, protect him. Don't allow the wish of devils in our land to happen to our leader. Guide him more strength, more knowledge to finish the battle, and guide our DOS and all the true Biafrans and the radio presenters and the Eastern Security Network who are doing the marvelous job in the name of Chukwuokuka Abiyama. He said, Mazi, you see, this your topic this night. You know, one thing about our people is this. We forget that we are different people from Fulani people. Why am I saying this? Because when you see Fulani people, they have their own agenda, and our people know this. Our elders know this. These people called evil politicians in our land know this, but what they are thinking of their own stomach, how to destroy their own people. And I thank God. Why I always thank God? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there, telling them you can never destroy the children of light. If you are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he said the truth, remember that they can never cover the truth, because God is already ordained him to do the work. You know, our Maria Heda said that Fulani is not indigenous. The only way you can hear this thing, he said, is only in the radio, on the radio Biafra. Politicians can never get mind or get heart to say this because they are afraid, Fulani people. Now, look at us, where they are trying to regulate us to the last level, and our people are helping them to make sure that they are destroying their people. Nevertheless, we will continue to tell ourselves the truth, but it's still on still. My own problem is these religious leaders. Yes, I'm a Christian, but what I'm seeing there is a different thing entirely. These people are helping demons to take over. Because when we talk about demons, all these politicians is a demon, agent of demons. Plus their own supporters who call themselves religious leaders. How can religious leader will see and tell you God will fight your battle? How? And I will state, play for your leaders. The leaders that are witchcraft, punching you day and night, they say you should pray for them. That you should not complain that God will fight your battle. That is what we are facing in Biafra land. That is why somebody can stay in the bank and naked himself because of money. His own earned money. And people did not say anything. Politicians, all these Christian leaders, all these religious leaders, keep quiet. Look at today in our land, we are buying everything. Before you get something, you must suffer in this land. And people think that
and now you buy money.
Country.
And now you start buying money.
Now we're buying money. With your own money, buying money, the same country. How can our people don't think about this? Mazi, to tell you the first, I want this thing more 10 times so that our people will hear. Our people don't want to rise up. You see, that is on Sunday. That I get to work somehow. Let me see what is going on. Because we are champion that we are Christian, we are doing this, we are too religious. Now, my brother, I lit in the bank. I see that is people food there. I ask myself, is it these people say that they are religious? So they don't bow down God now, fighting for money. You see how we are totally hypocrites. and the people keeping quiet about this. See, all this revolution we are talking.
Mazi, please let me emphasize on what you said now, because what you said now made many people might not understand what you said, but it made a lot of sense. You said that you went to on Sunday that people supposed to go to church to sow seed, to expect miracle. Normally people should not people care for God too much. They shouldn't care for money first. They should go and pray for God. But because of the situation, now people full ATM, full bank. As against the Christian rule or church rule. That is what you are trying to say. So that I want to emphasize it so that people understand. It shows that government is the God. The God you are seeing. We continue repeating it.
That's the thing.
Government. Forget about all this rubbish shenanigan. When you had now government you call normally, government is more than is the God you are seeing. So that is it. Go on, Mazi, go on.
Yes. The same thing that happening during their COVID. Do you remember that police went inside church premises, use cane and pursue everybody? That is the cure. They don't forget, because you said it. Nigeria is dead bodies. The thing that happening now is worse than that COVID now. Because the COVID, you have your own money. You can scream outside, buy something and go inside. But today, no money. You already pack everything you have and submit them. Now you have struggled to get even 5,000. They can never give you. Look at our people. That is why when we talk about this issue of religious of a thing, our people should rise up and defend themselves. Not God will fight their battle. Not God. We are chasing shadow, while people that clean us is the government. Evil politicians are the witchcraft we have, demons. So the earlier is better. Our people should follow the line of the truth. When we say the truth, you listen to Radio Biafra. Anybody who are missing Radio Biafra, let me tell the truth. All those people who are saying about church, but I don't ask them how many God we have. I thought that God is one. Why church is all over the world? Church is all over the places. Survivor of Jesus. This one Jesus, the other one Jesus. But they are said God is one. Sometimes when I look at this, I say, why these people hijack me for the first place? Kidnap me from where I'm worshiping my ancestors. But nevertheless, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the true leader. He's already shown us the way. Mazi, thank you very much for your good work. Continue. Thank you very much.
We acknowledge our ancestors. That's it. We don't worship them. For your information. So, we must continue. Once you understand that the physical government you are seeing is the God you are seeing. Every boot must be on ground in order to fight for what belongs to us, for our due process. Mazi Matthias says, he says due process, and that is what it is. The normal procedure that things happen. You go to church, they use koboko, you run. Now, the government, you think that you can get everything through prayer. When they make policies, it affects you directly. Today, they have said, the money, even if you're a millionaire, you will have millions of naira, a cash, the old naira. It is the same government that make it obsolete. You cannot use it. Their decree, their policies makes you turn to a pauper. That is why everybody should be involved in fighting for good governance. That is what we preach. How do we go wrong? When people say, no, why are you touching the religion? It doesn't. But the religion is destroying our people. The mentalities of our people is being destroyed through this religion. Why should we stop? Caller, we are winding down, please. We are winding down towards the end of this program. Let me pick two caller on WhatsApp. You have been there since going to 19 minutes. Welcome to the program. Please go on, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Jonathan. Yeah, Mazi, I remain with work from my location. Thank you for your update, Mazi. Like you said in your submission, you talk about the democracy, I said you can't operate democracy under a dependent judiciary. The judiciary that is not independent. You cannot operate democracy under a judiciary that is not independent. There's no way that judiciary will work. You don't have a right. You're right. If there's no standard constitution and working law, but the citizen of the country doesn't have rights. The law is the right of the citizen. But when there's no working law, there's no working law, there's no democracy at all. We are just supposed that we are operating under democracy. We are operating under democracy because the law is not working. That is because law is the basis of the democracy. Law is the basis of the democracy. And they say, my question to those people, our people that believe that after election, maybe they will come out victory against the planet and whoever after election. My question to them is, what they want to, what they have to say about the projected population census, the population census of the Nigeria that give all that favored the Northerners. What are they saying on this population census that has become a norm since 1957 or 1958 till today? That very census that is only projected is not correct. It's what they are using to count the census. And this is why everybody will come out and say that one local government in Kaduna or whatever, the vote in one local government is more than the vote of so what are you doing? How do you want to win this election? How do you want to move for the election? Our people, we are so like you say, we are so dumb. And this like what he said, the church. They use church mentally enslave us and to keep us forever blind and weakness. This is the work of church in our life. Weakening us day by day. When they, like you say, when the pastor or reverend will stand up in the pulpit and talk, at the end of the day, you will ask people to pray over when you talk about the injustice of the government, instead of you to tell people to stand up and fight for their rights, you end up as telling people to go and down and sleep and pray. And how do you think you just deceiving continue deceiving people every day and night? Instead of people to let people to know, and they all the pastors, all of them. That's why I want to say that all of them will go to hell. All of them go to hell because they are useless. You see, when you talk about the issue of a good dictator, talk about the good dictator, like when you talk about Gaddafi as a good dictator, Mazi, people to ask how manage and how come Obama, a Negro, allowed to rule America? The only reason America put Obama as president is to thwart, because this is a project that Gaddafi has already begun. They want to make one currency in all Africa. They want to unite Africa. Oh, that's EU. That these people are supporting. They don't want to go EU to vote. Now Gaddafi is pushing forward on this. Now you have to You have to use an African, a black man, a Negro. So they will have to use him to what that movement, that development that created Africa. That's why they want them to do this. They use woman as an idiot to do this. And they come and do it and go back. Today, tomorrow, let the other black man do the This is only the reason why they use woman. They make him president of America. Just to achieve this purpose. And now, they will turn back. Because this is, by now, if to assume that Gaddafi is still alive, by now, Africa must have doing something now. But now, instead of back, even backward, more backward. That's what machine. To them. Mazi, I thank God for you.
There were Mazi.
Thank you.
There were.
God bless you.
There were.
Yeah.
Caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Mazi Akas. There were.
Well, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening from here.
There were. There were.
May God continue to guide and protect you, my brother, for the good work you are doing for Biafra. The same greetings go to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who have given us this platform for us to earn our views and come here to learn. May the Chukwu continue to guide and protect him, destroy his enemy before they come close to him, most especially release him unconditionally in no distant time. Together, all of us must keep on continue to fight until Biafra is being restored. So shall it be in the name of Ezechukwu Biafra. He said, Mazi, if you ask me this evening, I will tell you honestly that I want Chukwu Biafra to harden the heart of, to make the heart of Fulani to become a stone and make them a deaf, give them a deaf ear. So that these people, the so-called idiotic Nigerians, all of us will suffer this. We will suffer this. They will suffer to listen. All their eyes will turn to blood. Because what I understood in that point is that if something has not even hit them very hard, they don't learn. They don't react. I want Fulani to hold this money they have collected from them, to hold it even up to 3 months' time. Let them not see money to eat. Maybe it will make them to wake up to begin to do the needful. Because if they find something to eat now, tomorrow you will see all of them to start again. They are stupid one Nigeria. They are one Nigeria. Why the same country is still killing them? None of them can ask themselves, is it how a country works? How can you take money from people and at the end of the day, you won't allow the people to take the money and ask them to bring in the bank under 3 months? And people are seeing this thing, the so-called idiotic religious leaders, none of them are speaking. Maybe somehow they have packed backyard and give them some money they can use to buy food and for themselves and their children. As other people can suffer, it doesn't concern them. Mazi, if you remember, there was a day our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was on broadcast. He broadcast to the extent that he didn't end that broadcast well. He shot it on the way. Because you begin to wonder, is this human beings? Is this how human beings supposed to live? Which type of country is this? That people can still be proud enough to say this is their country. Is it how a country functions? And the same idiot cannot wake up and begin to do what they're supposed to do as a human being. Nigeria has been the only first country I've ever seen that took the money of their citizens, refused to give them money for them to get the money they put back in the bank. Unbelievable. Mazi, let this thing continue. I beg Fulani, continue in this way. It's better. If all of us will die in hunger, let us die in hunger. Maybe when they get hungry, they will go down on the street. Because Nigerians are dead bodies.
Let something happen to them so that they can be able to realize that this nonsense that cannot continue like this. Nigeria is evil. They have destroyed the destiny of the citizens that none of them can be able to reason again like a human being. But thank God for Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu, and the Radio Biafra. That all of us today, the type of eyes, the way we used to see now, we see 1,000 ahead of whatever is going to happen in that country. There was a time our HOD Mazi chief told them, you have money. Go and change your money in hard currency. Look for somewhere. Something is coming. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophesied this, that the time will come. You will go to bank, want to take money, you will see money. Everything this man have said is happening today. And people cannot even see their own. See what is happening to them. Mazi, I don't pity for what, even if it concerns me, let me suffer together with this idiotic Nigerians that cannot wake up to begin to pursue these politicians. Look for them wherever they are. Because they are the God you are seeing. Here we are inside the Mazi. Even this country they call citizens like this, give everybody pocket money. During the corona time, they give everybody pocket money. Even this time things are getting hard, they call everybody share 500 euro to every citizen. Children to 250. Go to bank and get the money to support yourself. This is how a country functions. Seeing the pains of their people when things are hard. Making life easy for people. This is why we are shouting. We cannot continue to stay this animal country called Nigeria. We have suffered enough. The deal and so-called idiotic Nigeria CCD. They come difference. Anytime we want to rise up, they keep on pressing us down with this British government. But they have entered. There's nothing they will do that will make us to. Come on, Mazi, come on. Mazi, even if it's only one person remain, after this fight, let the so-called the one that remain and let them continue to reborn. To keep on living in this type of situation. They're everywhere. We are listening. Now, how about this thing? Mazi, another thing I want to beg you, please, Mazi. I am begging you with my nails. Mazi, please, if you can do a program to reset the mind of our coordinators, most of them, believe me, most of our coordinators, you share this in how can somebody say that Mazi did not ask you to listen to him, did not ask you to do anything with him? Now you will call you on phone, tell you nonsense, you begin to believe it. Master, please make a program in our coordinators. You hit them very hard. You hit them very hard. Some of our coordinators, you said this a hand. Believe me, Master. Bless you, my brother. Thank you, Master.
I said time is coming. We'll be lobbying for, not a time is coming. We'll be lobbying for principal officers to be highly vetted on everything. Because sometimes, like our brother says, somebody will be asking you something, you even become surprised. Say, how can this person, with the exposure, with the office he's holding, be asking you this type of thing or believing this type of thing? You become surprised. So we'll be vetting. We'll be lobbying for it in IPOB. That is it. You know why France have been protesting for how many days now? Do you know the reason? Age of retirement. They increase it, I think, from either 60 or 62 to 64 years. For many days now, French people, both old and young, they started protesting in most part of France. These are people that understand that their government part of France. These are people that understand that their government As I am talking to people now, people are listening. They have the opportunity. Do you understand? They have the podium, the platform to speak to people. Mazi can say that people are not talking, religious leaders are not talking. I cannot completely agree. We have passed above talking. Acting. What are people speaking? That should be the question we should be asking. Not talking. People need to be acting, not only talking, and saying the right thing. Because as I said it at the beginning, you see religious leaders, they come, they talk against what is happening to people are suffering. Oh, the religious leaders are evil. Oh, they are the monsters, they are the demons. Okay. Now what is the solution? The solution he will give to people is raise up your hand, let us pray. Just pray and God will fight your battle for you. God will kill all those politicians. Amen. And for you, you feel powerful that your Reverend Father have prayed. God will go and kill them. Who tell you? If God kills, what is Obasanjo doing? Still alive. Gowon is still alive. The person that presided on the killings, genocide of millions of Biafrans. And he's still alive. He's still alive and kicking, living more good life. Well, do you know how many millions of people that prayed that God will kill him? If they take us, they put us in a wrong way. And now we continue pursuing shadow, thinking that we are fighting. We don't know that it's us that we do our thing. That is it. Practicality, nothing more. You see a group of people, hordes of men and women in Nigeria gathering, fighting against themselves to collect money, in machine, ATM machine. None of them will even get anything. Now they say now what approve they tie for money inside. So now my brother now they work for bank. He call me, he tell me, he become the subject of the talking for the thousands of people there. Everybody watching Egusi now, everybody will go home. The same thing. Tomorrow morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, people will still gather. Instead of shouting, oh Shebe, those all got to go and register as human beings, as real human beings that are doing other places. Register the annoyance and say, no, we will not go out here until when they do it everywhere, the following, they will give order. That thing you think cannot happen. They will give order everywhere will be filled up with money and people will be free. But dead bodies, will they react? The answer is no. Caller, wait, caller, please hold on. Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Go on, please.
Yeah, Mazi Jonathan, the professor of our time. I'm very, very grateful to get you here today. My name remains today, Biafra JP, from Olo province of Biafra land, residing here in the United Kingdom. We are gallivanting, we are scavenging to make both ends meet. My wife used to say that upon all that we are doing, we just came here. What I want to say, thank God for my royalties to our Mazi Nnamdi. We are praying for him. Nothing is going to happen to him. Like manner he went, so he shall come out victorious. He said. Also, my leader, my royalty goes to DOS. Because the DOS are real. That's my own slogan. I will continue to support them. We continue to support them both morally and socially and spiritually. No matter the gate of hell will never prevail against them. Because they are doing the right thing. They are standing on the gap and we are following them. And Menaheda have touched where have been pinching me since. Let me tell you that myself, I am an Italian Biafra. I have an Italian citizen. I am a citizen of Italia. But I cannot claim, I cannot equal myself with the Italian people, the indigenous people. Don't like what Maria Heather have been saying. That's what I've been writing. I am going to use that mice, that small rat that is in Kaduna house. I don't want to call his name. You know whom I'm talking about. Malam El-Rufai. That man is not an indigenous man. Nobody have asked him how he managed to come to our land.
Mazi, please, you switch off your phone that is ringing, I think.
Oh, sorry. This man is not indigenous. There was a time Mazi was given, wanted to do expose for this man, but he did not finish it. That this man came in 1976, before first like 1977. Today he's one of the chieftain, just like others. He's now one of the chieftain, dictating for us. Thank God there is what he said that as all the Fulanis are not indigenous. We continue to hammer this. You continue to hammer the max if you can do a special program for it. And mandate our senators, those intellectuals who are there in Abuja, who are just like these people because they are not indigenous, it doesn't concern them. It doesn't concern them, whatever that happens. They know that they are not indigenous. They want to grab land. And that one will not happen in this hour. That's what he said today. God bless you. He said that what they have not done, even in the medieval time, the Europeans could not do it. The British could not do it. And how do they think they can do it in this our jet age? That one will not happen. They were, because of proxy, the rulers with the proxy, because of they have foreign megaphones who are engineering them. Another thing I want you to always hammer: how can they go and start our God-given resources and share it among themselves? Then our people will be suffering. Mazi, I went to home. I managed to go home out of duress. I was in the home in January this year. I managed to get my boys and told them. They said they are afraid. I said, don't be afraid. But they are supporting. They said that whatever we are saying is entering. But I said, why will you be afraid? Stand their ground. These people have one life just like you. They don't have two lives. We are going to face them head on, as Mazi used to say. That we are going to face them head on.
Wild green.
So that's why I'm saying, let us continue to hammer about these people. We will need to define whom they are. We need to put them in the right position in which they're supposed to be. They cannot come and dictate for us. They cannot open the northern borders and close the southern borders. And we are now gallivanting. Just like this man, a wounded civilian. This man hates the Igbo people with passion. If you see what he's saying about Nnamdi and Ojukwu,
Mazi, please, you don't advertise this type of people. Please, you don't, just make your comment. Leave all these people. Here is a too big for you, please.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. We see need the sanitization. We see need the sanitization of all those are brothers. All those are river areas. There's a lot of work to be done. Let us know what we're going to do. Biafra is here. It's only for us to be able to bring out our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. And Fulani knows this. Fulani knows us more than we know ourselves. That's what I used to tell them. They know you more than you know yourself. They just came and started to occupy and started to grab, which is not good. We are not doing that here. We are just citizens by either permission or by commission. But these people have come to take everything and say that fucking grandfather or fucking ancestors. That one will not happen. I thank you for everything. For doing the good work they are doing. And you are very wonderful. I thank all our media warriors. I thank as many that are standing on the gap to see that Biafra is here. Because we are going to get our freedom, and we are not going to leave this battle for our offspring to continue to fight. We are going to finish it, And posterity will not forget us.
Of course.
All hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra. There were. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I cut off the wrong person. That's supposed to be the last caller. Sorry. I don't know. Let me bring you in. I cut off. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Are you the person that was there? No. Caller on signal. Caller.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Were you the person that was there? I cut off by mistake. No.
I am.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Mazi, good evening.
There, you'll be the last caller. Go on. There,
Mazi, good evening.
There, Mazi, go on, please.
Yes, I am the one. The one.
Mazi, are you listening? Please stop listening to your device. Talk to me directly off your device, please. You are repeating yourself or delaying. Go on, Mazi, please, go on.
Yeah. Good evening, Mazi. Yeah, I'm calling from that. Yeah. Inform the world. I want to make Nigeria to know Elruf is one of the commander terrorists of the Boko Haram. He is one of the commander. And is one of the commander have assassinated many Nigerian army through Boko Haram. This is one. So we have to all remember this. Two, we find ourselves in a country where there are two laws that govern people. One for the north, south. This money problem we are facing now, they have shared this money in the West. We don't have the money is not reachable. This is what I want to contribute. Thank you, Mazi.
There were. Thank you very much. You know, in everything in Nigeria, we are the greatest, the highest losers. And one thing, let me tell you, before you know it now, if this lack of currency continues in our land, some people will be going to HAUSA. Hell. Some people will be going to HAUSA. You know, they go where it is easy, they take it, you know, because our people know how to live under slavery very perfectly. Start making a way out of slavery, living good in suffering. It is a sign of some people call it it's hard work. No, working hard. No. This could be interpreted as a sign of perfect slave. A perfect slave never wants to get out of slavery. All he wants to do is to live, you know, have a peace and tranquility under slavery. In any way, to have any type of comfort he could muster under slavery, instead of fighting it. Instead of going through inconvenience and fighting it. No, you know, that is how our people are. And they are misinterpreting it as a, no. Some of those things are living under slavery. Perfect slavery. That is all your perfect slavery. Before in the men, I went and they want to use every opportunity to make money. It's perfect slavery. I'm telling you. It doesn't matter how you interpret it. It's a perfect slave. That is how he behaves. Our sister says something about indigenous people. When you are an indigenous of a land, you become attached to it. You understand? Look at Ukraine. Ukraine today. You have Africans that have a Ukrainian passport. Where are they today? When they ran away because they have another option. They have brothers and sisters, siblings elsewhere. They just naturalize, like many of us. So when things go wrong in that place, they say, "Oh boy," instead they run. Who are the people that are fighting, resisting anything now? Is the indigenous people, because they have no option, nowhere to go to. They are attached to the land. The Fulani, they are not indigenous to our land. So that is why they don't care whether everything is destroyed, as long as to make sure that they are on top. That is one thing we should understand. Should we allow it? The answer is no. I said the Fulani Caliphate, they are living in Klakuka land. They are mad people, I'm telling you. They are tyrants. Tyrants, they have bizarre. You know, when you study the history of Hitler, the way he planned everything, you know, to make a pure race that will be on top of this world, a pure Aryan race. Blue eyes, brown hair, he fantasized it with the blood of many people, other people. He didn't care. He didn't care whether he exterminates the gypsies, Romanus, the Jews, the blacks. Because these are the people that should be exterminated for him to get what he wants. Is it not total madness? That is what the Fulani, that is what they are doing. They are the way they are thinking, that they will take over everywhere. Because what is encouraging them is Quran say, their Allah say. Yeah, their Allah say, in Nigeria land, it belongs to them. So they have to fight for it. In this generation, when the almighty Britain, when the Great Britain cannot conquer, subdue our people, in the people that we are using bows and arrows, the time that there was nothing like the television, neither telephone, neither radio, nothing. Mobilizing people is mechanical. People live in bush, in forest. No contact to outside world. They were doing it by themselves. Talk less of now, in this 21st century, where everything is digital, where things are digital, everything is organized. Things are no more like before. And these people think that they are tyrants ideology, that it doesn't matter the type of politicians, Igbos, they put as politicians on us. Hope Uzodinma is not receiving it easy. It doesn't matter what it takes. They will go, they will come and go. The people we will remain. We will remain. After he go, the people will remain. Hope Uzodinma came now, think they impose him now and say he think he's the this and that. He will fed. The people will remain. We did. So we have to rise up to fight tyranny. And I urge all Nigerians, stop being victims of Fulani using Igbo hatred to blind your eyes. It is something they learn right from 1966. Britain, BBC helped them to propagate this hatred. They helped them to propagate the hatred of the Igbos since 1966, when they call it the British government that, you know, brainwashed Zogu and Co. to save Nigeria. Plan something nice. When they reach the sabotage, they are the people that sabotage them. Call it Igbo coup in order to achieve the agenda, and the thing stuck till today. The agenda they want in Nigeria, the reason why they created Nigeria, that is what is happening today. Do you understand? Therefore, we must take back who we are. If we are real human beings like others, like India, they fought vigorously in order to retain who they are. It doesn't matter. Britain slaughtered the Indians. Do you know that? They called the Salt March during Mahatma Gandhi period. The protest. Britain slaughtered them. British army. But it didn't debar them from, you know, trying to hold on to who they are. Before independence, they defined who is an Indian, and it brought blood and catastrophe, movement of people from one place to another, and they reorganized themselves. Natural reorganization. And today they have peace. When you say, no, we don't want problem, let us pray, and leave it, leave it for God, you are postponing the problems to different coming generations. Here we say, no, it cannot continue like this. That is why we are taking the bull by the horn. We need to rise up collectively to fight tyranny. Stop fighting the soft targets, a miserable person, miserable fellows like you, fighting a bank cashier, say he is the cause of the problem. He is the cause of your problem. He is not the cause. The cause of your problem is the policy makers. The Fulani policy makers that are in Asorok. They programmed you so that you'll be fighting against your brother, thinking it's the cause of your problem. No. If everybody should rise up in unison and go and start doing what our women did in the 1929 About Women protests. They call About Women riots. Things will change overnight. Maybe as I'm talking, there might be people in different parts of ATM points, machine points, still holding in the night, still waiting. Group of people that should rise up everywhere. The other day they had a protest in Edo, in Bini, I think Bini in Edo, parts of Edo. Why others didn't continue? Why others didn't join different parts where you are? In order to stop the suffering. No. Instead, you go to your church will tell you that God is in control. God will fight your battle. You are deceiving yourself and even future generations. We should rise up to fight against the tyranny. And the tyranny we have a common tyrant. The tyrants we have is the Fulani Caliphate. They are the people holding everybody hostage. Forget about what they are telling you. All these they are trying to divert your attention. Oh, Emefiele say this. Emefiele do this. Arrest him. He's sponsoring this. He's sponsoring IPOB. He carry money, give IPOB. All these are rubbish. They know that you are emotional, that you are gossipers, that you will buy all this nonsense. They know you. As a Nigerian, that is who you are. You don't reason. Here we make you to reason. So that whenever they come with their shenanigans, say, no, you people are our problems. All of you will galvanize. Don't fight your brother. Don't break your brother's head because of fuel. The people causing the problem, they are on top watching you, laughing, watching at you people, laughing. It's just like toys. They program you, you start killing yourselves. Instead of going to kill them, you fight yourselves. That is what the fuel that keeps them going. These evil people, evil tyrants in Nigeria, that is the fuel that keeps them going. When you are fighting the wrong person, fighting your fellow miserable person, You are neighbor. And he's the cause of your problem. He's not. He's not. The people are on top. And if you are in any church, you go to any church, even if your pastor talk how bad Nigeria is, okay, and he say, rise up, let us pray for Nigeria. Raise your hand. The solution is God is fighting for the battle for you. You say, pastor, you shout, pastor, you lie. You carry your Bible, get out. Pastor, you lie. Now lie. No person will say na lie. We have to fight for ourselves. Unless the pastor tell you, say, look, now all this evil, let us march out and, fight for ourselves. You say, now you come. But when he finish all this talking nice, pastor, people are hungry, government is not, after he let us, in conclusion, rise up, let us pray so that God will stop all this. Say, pastor, now you lie. God will not stop it. It's we that can stop it. That is what we're talking about. Thank you for listening. Biafra is our religion, is our identity. If you have any other religion more than Biafra, know that you have not started. It doesn't matter who you are. Know that you have not started, because anything can provoke you into, teaching this Biafra restoration. It must be your religion. That is it. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.
It's 21.
The land of the rising sun is a home of the Biafrans. The far of the eastern land is a promised land, a blessed land of the Chukwuabiama.
Emeka Kunusi Biafra, Emeka Kunusi Biafra, Naimara.